God. Fucking microphone. Every fucking 5 seconds something goes wrong on this. But welcome to Scuffville, where I'm the queen. As I was attempting to say, I don't know what in God's beautiful green earth possessed me to want to stream today. Especially a drunk stream, because I don't get drunk. I just mildly tipsy and say really stupid, profound things. Which I guess that's cool too, I guess. So I have all these seltzers in my refrigerator, and I've tried one of each of them. And I'm gonna start off with a good flavor, because if I drink a bad flavor first, there's no need to punish myself more than I already did. I already punished myself enough today by going on an 8-day stretch. So our first flavor is the strawberry daiquiri. And I'm hoping to God I can catch this lovely can opening sound. Fucking nails, come on. Oh, that was crisp. This is probably the best one out of the 4. 100% saying pina colada in this pack tastes like a fucking candle. The other 2 are okay. Pina colada is really the only one I'm gonna sit here and be like, do I have to drink it? Am I being told I have to drink pina colada? Granted, I don't mind pina coladas on a regular, but this one just fucking tastes like a candle. That and hard seltzers. This only has 5% alcohol. This ain't gonna do jack fucking shit. The Eastern European in me is gonna fist fight someone. I also have no idea what I'm gonna fucking talk about. Because, let's be real. It always says one viewer. Am I my one viewer? What do I want to talk to myself about? I can talk to myself about not working fucking 8 days in a row. And then having to work like a couple of really stressful long ass shifts. Because, you know, it's a job where you can be called in whenever the hell they want to call you. It's like, haha, you just got home, can you come back? I'm like, no. I live 30 minutes from a major town, please. Spare my poor fucking Jeep. He has feelings. I also am prepared to be a responsible adult. Because I don't want to spend my next 2 days off, one of them being, you know, completely hungover. I have water. Ah, hi. Hello. I finally have somebody here who's not me. Which fills me with serotonin, so thank you. Be prepared for whatever the fuck I might talk about. I don't even know. And at some point, I may have to go save a cat. But I put her on her heating pad and she went right to sleep. So hopefully Bubby calms the fuck down for 5 minutes and just goes to bed for once. Don't have old cats. That's all I can say. They're finicky as fuck. I don't know what to talk about. I think I just wanted an excuse to drink. But that's neat. People actually do come here eventually. I honestly just wanted to do it so I could attempt to form coherent thoughts every once in a while. It's like, I can have, like, really quick thoughts, but, like, coming out with actual words is still fucking ridiculously hard. Especially for, like, 5 years, all I did was think in Slavic. So I'm like, I didn't have to worry about English. But living in the South, you speak anything other than English, people look at you like you're, I don't know, a communist or whatever. Then, I mean, it's the South. No one wants to hear you in the first place if you're anything but American. Ugh. Hmm. Talk about my actually today was a boring ass day at work. Weekdays are slow. You'd think like being a mortician could be fun and exciting, but it's really just extremely is there anybody dying in a mass like exodus of people? Probably not. So most of the time I'm either doing paperwork, just watching VTubers. God, I remember when my job was just, you know, doing all the grunt work. But now that we have a new apprentice, I don't have to do that shit. Now I can just goof off like the others. They're the lucky ones. They don't gotta deal with anything. I remember as an apprentice being like, why can't I have that luxury of just not working? But now I realize, God, they're bored. They were not sitting at the desk because they could. They're sitting there because they don't know what else to do with their lives. And the thing is, we mostly work like 8-hour days. So if we get brought back in and it's a longer day of doing nothing, it just sucks. And like, pay is all right. But at the same time, you have brought me in here for no fucking reason. I'm normally really good at just like having a stream in the background and just paperworking my life away. But like, yesterday I couldn't fucking do that at all. I was just like, nope. Shocked Pikachu face at the phone the whole 2 hours. I was so fucking immersed. I was like, no, I don't want to do work. The papers aren't going anywhere. The dead people certainly aren't going anywhere. Let me watch my ASMR, man. Let me enjoy my day, sir. But our funeral director is actually pretty chill. He does not care. He's like 80-something years old. He's just like, as long as you're having fun. And I'm like, dude, when I worked retail jobs, they didn't care if you were happy. He lets me go home when I'm sitting there trying not to cry. I think he just thinks I'm always on the verge of a nervous breakdown. I mean, he was like one of the first people to be like, oh, you're trying to use your actual physical words? Neat. Maybe you can, I don't know, stop being an apprentice, because being an apprentice for 2 years apparently is embarrassing. But I'm like, sir, actually doing an embalming terrifies the shit out of me. Because if you don't pay attention, you can do some pretty crazy things. So I don't typically have a streak going when I'm actually like working on people. Or if I have it on, it's so low that I don't even think I can hear it. All these years of not knowing how to listen to music at a proper volume has probably destroyed my hearing. No, that can at least help me. Thanks, random seltzer. My ice. That tastes mildly of sweet. That was a horrible combo. Other than that, I really didn't do anything. I got home so late, and I was like, shit, I need to eat. Still need to go running. And I still have to come home and shower because I will not sit in my room smelling like that. Outside is too fucking humid to not shower immediately after running 4 stupid ass miles. I really debated not going and just going in the morning, but then I was like, don't do that. Go do your one thing that you were expected to do once a day besides work. Which I guess wasn't so bad. One of my neighbors had their dogs out, and he was so cute, just chilling on the sidewalk. I don't know how some people in my neighborhood have like the calmest dogs imaginable, and then others have dogs that try to kill me every time I'm outside. I've been attacked by so many of their dogs. I don't know why the HOA lets them get away with it. Ugh. So mad. I got bit last month by one of my neighbor's dogs. Which, granted, it wasn't like horrible, but they still didn't stop. They were like, oh, are you okay? And kept walking with their dog. And I was like, no, I'm not. I was bleeding. Like, come back. Don't just leave me here. Because then I'm sitting there. I was like halfway from my house. I'm like, do I just go back? Or do I finish the run? I finished the run, and by the time I got home, I was like, my finger hurts. And then I was just kind of sitting there going, I should have fucking gone up to their house. But I also don't know how to yell at my neighbors. How do I, Karen? I don't think I could possibly be at a point in my life. Maybe before the Great Mute. But like, now? You want me to be confrontational? No way. Absolutely not. Not gonna happen. I have like little dog syndrome, where I will sit there and I'll bark. But then like, you tell me that I actually do have to confront someone. I'm like, no. This is fine. Yeah, and the thing is like, you have to register certain pets. So like, certain breeds of dogs, I know you have to. I didn't have to register my cat, because, I mean, she's a fucking tiny-ass calico. If Bubby actually does attack somebody, holy shit, I'm gonna be a proud fucking mama. I will buy her the most expensive canned cat food. She can have my whole bed. I'll go sleep on the couch. Like, I'd be so fucking proud. But she's like me. She doesn't want confrontation. When I was still living at home with my mom, my mama has a cat that she inherited from my grandmother. And her name is Katie. She's a spiteful little bitch. I love her because she's fluffy and she was my grandmama's. And I actually was pretty close to my grandma before she passed. But like, I wanted the cat. But then her and Bubby did not get along. She would literally, where my room was in the old house, if Bubby left my room, there's a wall, which was a corner. And Katie would always be at the corner and attack her and chase her into like her litter box that I'd have in my room, because Katie would never let her use a fucking litter box. So I'm just like, poor Bubby. And now my cat also has PTSD. I'm like, wow, my cat's like me for real, for real. Pretty much, that is me. I will literally hide. Like, you tell me I need to talk to somebody to like, I don't even know. I think we had one time, we had a flower delivery, and they were all the wrong flowers, and like half of them were like fucking busted. And the director was like, hey, can you go get him back? I was like, no, sir. Don't ask me to confront. Please don't ask me to confront. If I confront him, he'll be mad at me, even though I didn't even do anything. I think that's why, like, today I was like, nah. If I actually did play Vox and Smash, I'd be like, you can win, sir. I don't want you to die bad. But I was just like, nope. I can't handle people yelling at me. And I think a lot of that comes from having played Smash in a competitive setting. Because for me, it was just like, I don't know if it's because people didn't like that I was playing Mr. Game & Watch and kicking their ass. And this was way back. This was like 14 years ago. 16 years ago. Oh, God. Why am I so fucking old? I hate this. But they'd yell at me, like, after contests and shit, and I'd win. They'd be like, you're the little shit playing Game & Watch. And I'm like, yeah, and you're the really old guy who has never felt the touch of a woman. Why are you yelling at a literal child? Like, I'd literally be there with my older brother, who was a fucking adult at the time. and they'd literally just be yelling in my face. And now I'm just like, no. If you need to yell at me, just let it happen. But do know I am a turtle and I'm resorting to hiding. See, when I was little, I always just wanted to play Game & Watch because I used to have the actual Game & Watch thing. I think that was like the one thing my papa ever gave me that I was like, oh, cool. Papa gave me a gift and I actually love it. And I was just always remember playing the fucking bacon game. That was like my favorite thing in the world. So I just wanted to play the bacon game guy. I remember when we got Smash, my brother was like, why do you always pick Game & Watch? I'm like, bacon. Flip the bacon. Meanwhile, my brother would always hand me my ass, but like I could beat people who straight up played like non-stop. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's my brother. He and my brother's always kicked my ass at like everything. And like if I started to play something, he'd get in it and he'd do it better than me. God, I'm learning I have so many complexes right now. I'm gonna have to get more beverage if I'm gonna thinking like this. The other thing about seltzers is I hate fucking fizzy drinks so much. So this is gonna start actually upsetting my stomach at some point. I'm trying to balance this with ice water. Just because I'm a weenie hut. But yes, maybe that's why I never got like super upset in Overwatch. It's like, I've dealt with Smash players. You Overwatch kids can yell at me all you'd like. You have nothing on a fucking Smash player. Yeah, I'm like, dude, I was literally, I think in middle school. God, it was the Wii version. Why can't I think of it? Brawl. Was it Brawl? I'm thinking it's Brawl. I'm old and tired and can't remember things. But like, it had just came out. And I remember I was like, oh, my local conventions would always have like a tournament. And then there was a used game store that doesn't even exist anymore. Probably because they had a Smash tournament every Saturday and would give out $50 to the winner. And I'd go and play because I wanted money for the conventions so I could play at the conventions and win. And I'm like, you're going to yell at a literal middle schooler because you lost. Like, come on. Come on, my boy. You have better things to do with your life. I don't even have it in me to tell people to go touch grass. I just want them to go check their carbon monoxide levels in their house because they clearly need to embrace fresh air. Like, if you're going to be yelling at an actual child, touching grass ain't gonna fix that shit. There is clearly something medical in the works. Please consult a doctor immediately. But then, like, when the Wii U version came out, I just never played it. I played the 3DS one, like, when I was on the bus. But, like, nah, I didn't ever play Wii U competitively, and I definitely will not touch Ultimate competitively. People scare me. Like, I'll sit and actually watch, like, Cat play, and I'm like, oh my god, you'd hand me my ass. I'm not quite ready. Yeah, I only have friends who play it. They're like, you play Smash? And I'm like, yeah. What's wrong with Smash? It's kind of fun. They're like, it's just a children's fighting game. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. There's no anime jiggle tits for you to embrace. Go back to whatever the fuck you're playing? Question mark? I don't know. I can't play competitive games anymore. They give me too much anxiety. I always end up having like a war flashback to my childhood, thinking I could do these cool things. In reality, I'm too much of a fucking pussy to do it. Yes. I sometimes speak the truth. Sometimes I speak in general, but sometimes I speak actual truth. Something about just playing anything competitively these days and everything has to be turned into a competitive fucking game, I think it's stupid as hell. The only competitive game I can even think of picking up at this day and age is fucking Splatoon. And even that, I sit here and go like, you know, you're feeling good about your 11-0, but bitch, you know you're beating up children, right? I guarantee the kids they're actual kids that I'm beating up. And while, yeah, I feel kind of good about it because it's like, ooh, 11-0 with 3 ults? Fuck yeah. I have to listen to the voice in the back of my head reminding me, bitch, that's probably a little middle schooler who just got home and you have ruined his day. Are you happy with yourself? And then I remind myself, I don't think I've been happy with myself in a hot minute. But then again, I mean, it's fucking Splatoon. The fact that they finally added, like, actual servers, so I wasn't getting my ass handed to me consistently by anybody with a Japanese name. That's why I'm sitting here like, these kids are all like, you're mad because a kid's beating you up. And I'm like, no, I'm mad because I'm being beaten up by all the Japanese players and it's not fair. Mama, text me a cute dog picture. Literally all my mom does is send me pictures of articles. Oh, Lord. This is what people have to look forward to. You will have your parents send you BuzzFeed articles, and you will sit there and be like, oh, maybe I do want to know the top 10 episodes of, I don't know, Cake Boss. What were the best movies in 1994? Maybe I do want to take a BuzzFeed. Okay, the next one she sent me was cute. Picture of a dog dressed up as corn, called Corn Dog. Don't get old. Nobody get old. We'll lose all sense of humor and self-awareness. Eventually, you will find BuzzFeed articles interesting and you'll do the stupid little quizzes. And you'll wonder, is this all I have to look forward to? Then you remind yourself, no. No, you get to go home and play Splatoon. Go home, play Splatoon, drink a little, feed your cat, ask yourself, do you want to eat tonight? Remind yourself you need to because you're about to go sprint 4 miles in your neighborhood. Dodge the dogs. I feel like I'm playing Frogger when it comes to dogs in my neighborhood. Like, okay, I literally will see them in the distance and be like, okay, it's time now. Cross the street here, go down like half a mile, and you shouldn't see another dog until the next level. Which is fine. But like, I know there's one dude from the HOA committee. I know he's out there because I see him with his stupid clipboard counting how many dead spots of grass people have in their yard. This guy's a fucking menace. Meanwhile, he will not yell at my neighbor for their loud-ass fucking car at 2 in the morning every day. But you have time to not notice all the dogs trying to kill one another in the street. I just realized I went back to the dogs yelling. People in my neighborhood just need to, I don't know. First of all, they need to have retractable leashes. Because straight up the dogs that attack me are on like a fucking like piece of string. And I'm like, this isn't gonna save anybody. I'm just gonna get assaulted by your dog. Anywho, away from the dogs. Oh. I just know I don't want to go to bed. I know I need to. But then again, it's only 34. Okay, that's the type of neighbor, though, that I would go out there and I would become confrontational. It's, well, actually, I say that. But I'm up at 3:30 every morning. Because Bubby's on a very tight, like, all right, All right, it's 3:30. Mama, I need my wet food. I need exactly 4 ice cubes in my water bowl, and you must escort me to the bathroom and tell me I did a good job. Then I'll think about going back to sleep, but I may also want more food. Who knows? And at that point, it's already 4, and I sit there and go, I have to go to work in 2 hours. It's not worth going back to bed. So I just get up and start getting ready for work. And then by the time I get ready to leave, I can make sure Bubby's asleep again. So at least I know she's not like completely traumatized in my house all alone. Which is why I would like to get her a companion. But she's also 18, and I know she don't want nobody else in that house besides me. And occasionally when my brother comes over and she loses her mind and goes, but Papa's here now. And I'm like, that's not your actual father, but I hate the implication that my family makes that I'm raising my cat with my brother. Like, guys, please. I cannot go out in public with my brother ever because people automatically assume that's like my boyfriend. I'm like, dude, that's my brother. We went to GameStop once to go pick up something for my niece. And my brother was checking out, and I'm just looking at shit in like a bargain bin. I was not paying attention whatsoever. And the dude at the counter was asking about their little reward card, and he straight up was like, oh, do you want one for your girlfriend? And all I know is on instinct, I was like, I'm his sister. And the guy looked absolutely horrified. But I'm all sitting here like, this is the South. I should be more self-aware that if I'm out with a boy, they will automatically assume it's a boyfriend. But we look exactly alike. Like, if I was out with my sister, that'd be one thing. My sister and I don't look anything alike. She got all my mama's traits. She got all the Romani traits. She got the dark hair, the pretty eyes. Meanwhile, I got all my papa's trait. Like, I have the blonde hair. I got the bright-ass eyes. And I'm like, the only thing I got from my mama was her nose. Granted, thank God that's what I got. Because my dad has a very stereotypical Jewish nose. And I'm like, well, can't have everything. I remember being so jealous of my sister being like, bitch, why do you actually get to look ethnic here? Meanwhile, I'm looking like every stereotypical blonde girl. I hate it. I hate it here. Then again, my sister and I have come to a really mutual understanding that we always wanted something from the other because my sister's always been in the itty bitty titty committee. And I was blessed by mama's other genes of actually having tits. And she'd always sit there and be like, you can have my hair. I just want actual, cleavage. And I'm like, well, sucks to be you. Granted, I did not want it in high school, being in a performing arts school, where we'd have to dance and I'd have to sit there in the tightest fucking sports bras ever and be uncomfortable for hours on end. There really is no justice in performing arts for big busted girls out here. Because they're always like, no one wants to see all that. And I'm like, no one should be paying attention to that. They should be, I don't know, enjoying the actual fucking show, but alright. Meanwhile, in actual, jazz band, most of the girls up there are skinny but well endowed. And I'm like, I'm a shorty, so I don't look as skinny as I probably could be. But it's I don't think I'll be performing in anytime soon. Still sitting here like, bitch, you set a goal for 100 subs for a karaoke. Good luck. You can practice all you like. You're not getting that anytime soon. I did warn everybody this would be me rambling. I don't know how to form coherent thought trains. Honestly, it's like playing pinball in my head. I'll be on a tangent and then something else will grab my attention. That's just how it be sometimes. Can't always have, coherent thoughts. Sometimes it's just half dissociation, half, well, thought I could do. Right? Like, all of my male teachers were like, you actually perform well. But like all the female teachers were like, bitch, what the fuck's your problem? Why are you here? I'm like, y'all accepted me, right? Like, you did watch me actually audition, right? And that was the thing. Being in an actual like performing arts school, one, that you had to pay to be in, and two, you had to work your fucking ass off to stay in. I'm like, you do know what I look like on the daily, right? I didn't suddenly turn into what I look like. But you guys want to sit there and yell at me. Like, okay. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to change it. The thing is, in high school, I was not as big as I am now. Granted, I'm not even that big now. Now that I've actually started working out and losing weight, no, I'm actually getting pretty damn skinny again. I'd love to be at my high school weight again. But at the same time, I'm sitting here like, I don't have to prove that to anybody. I'm an adult now. That, actually, you know, it's actually pretty nice. I don't feel as tired as I normally do. And I do actually find some joy in being outside, especially because it gets darker, like, so much earlier. But at the same time, it means all the fucking bugs come out because it's humid as fuck. And there's like 4 retention ponds in this one neighborhood. So it's like, you have to be in before the sun sets or you will get eaten alive. Like that one anime with all the giant bugs on the island, and that anime actually made me uncomfortable. Listen, I've learned that performing arts like teachers were once like really successful, but then they couldn't make a break, so they had to resort to teaching, and they just want you to feel just as insignificant as they started to feel. Like, I kind of learned pretty early, like, not to take it personally, because I'm like, whatever, I'm doing my best. Like, I did not have any intention of ever being like in Broadway. I just really liked jazz music. Granted, when I first started at that school, I was going for opera. It's like, how do you go from one spectrum where you have to hit like fucking C over high C to jazz where you can be all low and sultry? Probably because I was a sad little alto who could not convince herself that she was not a soprano. Like, I wanted to be the soprano so bad. But it's like, honey, find your range and learn to love it. Learn to love it, because you will not ever get there. You can train all you'd like, but you can't suddenly go and become a super soprano. Sorry to break it to you. But then, like, they are treating altos like they can't do nothing. I will stand up for alto supremacy. We need more altos out there being told, you know what, you're doing a good job, honey. You're not just supporting sound, you too can be the lead singer. Ugh. Slowly but surely, I'm... all these? I don't want to drink all these. Why did I buy such a big pack, too? I hardly drink, let alone drinking fizzy beverages. Like, I guess they won't go bad anytime soon. Holidays are coming up. Then again, I don't want any of those people. I don't want my family over here. This is gonna be an awful holiday. Not awful as in, like, I'm not unhappy they're coming. It is going to be sit there and be like, so you finally started talking again. It's gonna be like, yeah. Please don't ask me why, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you what a VTuber is. I'm not explaining to my great aunt Florence that Oh, yes, the VTubing anime man. Let me show you a funny clip. I'm not doing that. Nope, nope, nope. Hell no. Hell no. I don't even know how to, like, tell my fucking parents. Soloing sucked. Soloing always sucked because you had to sit there and be like, ah, yes. Now you must audition with all the sopranos. And my teachers didn't fucking like me. So they're like, you could have a solo, but your voice rounds out this chorus so nicely. And I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you, teacher Karen. I remember one teacher I had. I will not dox her. But she literally only gave me one solo, and I'll never forgive her for the solo she gave me. We sang 1,000 Miles at a PTA dinner in middle school. And she's like, you can have this one solo here. And I'm like, no one can hear us. It was in our cafeteria, which was a big-ass fucking cafeteria for a fucking middle school. Granted, it's the South. There's many a children. And like, first of all, they're not listening to the fucking choir kids singing 1,000 Miles. And we only sang that song because of fucking white chicks. That movie, as funny as it is, I sit here and I go, nope. I cannot appreciate you, movie, because all I can think about is the trauma I went through in fucking middle school choir and having to sing a stupid ass solo from 1,000 Miles. And every single person in that room was not even paying attention to us. They were looking at the sad ass fucking Olive Garden that they had to eat. Didn't even look good from what I could see. I fondly remember this day because literally no one applauded us. And my teacher was like, you guys didn't try hard enough. And I'm like, no, we did. They just don't know this fucking song. I wanted to sing this really pretty fucking Latin song we'd been learning for a contest. And she was like, no, let's sing the movie song. They'll know this. And I'm like, no, they won't. They're parents. Parents didn't go to watch White Chicks. They were like, this is the movie we don't want our kids to see. Especially in the fucking South. Like, I don't know how to explain it to people. I'm always right in a way, but then they just don't fucking listen. And then, like, I remember 8th grade. We had the 8th grade showcase. And we had the theme for movies. And this bitch was like, oh, let's sing 1,000 Miles. And I'm like, I will literally not participate. I've looked forward to the 8th grade choir thing for months, but I will not participate if we're singing that fucking song again. She's like, oh, what do you want to sing? And I was like, I know a little movie called Wayne's World, and we could totally sing Bohemian Rhapsody, because we were taking all the boys with us in 8th grade. All the boys were leaving her choir, and she was pissed. I remember, because I was like, he, you don't deserve the boys. And she was like, I don't think we should. And I'm like, these are parents. They know fucking Queen. And all the kids, because for some reason, Bohemian Rhapsody was like our song 8th grade year. That's all we wanted to fucking do was sing either Bohemian Rhapsody or songs from Avenue Q, which were not appropriate for children. That musical, as great as it is, because I actually did get to go see it, not for kids. Who let the little middle school, high school girl go watch the puppet musical where the puppets actually have on stage sex? Who did this? Granted, I was with a parent. Not my parent, it was my friend's parent. And she literally was like, I don't know how to explain this part to my mom. And I was like, I don't know how to explain it to your mom either. All I told my mama was like, hey, we're going to a movie. She's like, okay, have fun. I was like, okay, mama, bye. We'd only ever sing songs from that musical. All I can think of is little 8th graders running around singing If You Were Gay. Which would explain a lot about my friends from 8th grade. Oh my god. Ooh. I remember having the book from that musical. too. I'd listen to this. I'd be singing those songs in the car. I think I only have my language barrier with Mama to thank for not getting like fucking backhanded. Finding ye old wooden spoon upside my head. I don't think I can get away with it now though. Mama's English is actually... Mama's English actually is pretty fucking good now. So I'm pretty sure if I started singing any of those songs, she'd be... The fuck? On internet. Okay, no. I'm pretty sure that was my internet. And I forgot I muted my mic because Bubby started yelling. Run and feed her food and check my modem. And I literally just saw it die and going, no, no, come back. Come back. It's the joys of living in a small town. Everything fucking dies. So easy. That, and we're only allowed to have fucking AT&T out here. Which, granted, I was on one internet service when I lived actually in town with Mama. It was fucking awful because it would get so spotty when I'd play Final Fantasy. I'm like mid-raid and fucking internet went out. So fucking pissed. But now at least I don't lose internet connection when I'm doing things important. I say this, I lost internet connection when doing something important. Oh, that's so upsetting. Well, I went 3 streams without the internet dying. That's always a plus. Where was I? Yes, speaking 4 languages. And then having to be forced to be English most of the time. Nowadays, especially because learning from a speech therapist who spoke with an American accent, now my mom is like, what the fuck is your voice? And I'm like, I can force an accent if you'd like, Mama. She's like, no, I guess I'll learn to love you as the daughter that you are. And I'm like, oh, well, gee, thanks. Thanks for that, Mama. Appreciate it. Please. Please. Bubby, I know. I don't know why my internet keeps doing that, but yes. He straight up was just like, the fuck is your voice? What is this? Like, Mama, you just need to learn to love it. Like, I can't help that it's southern sounding now. But like when I actually speak Slavic, it sounds normal. I don't know. Ugh. That's just the joys of being raised Eastern European. Straight up. There's no filter. You don't talk about actual important things. But The moment you do anything outside the norm, you will be looked at funny. You will be asked questions. But you need to talk to your parents about, like, I don't know, something serious. They're like, no, we don't do that. I don't know what's going on, AT&T, but you better get your fucking shit together. Ugh. My modem is in such a horrible place to try and go. I'm just gonna stare at the little green box on really big sad eyes. Please. Oh yeah, forget it. If it rains here, with AT&T it's not so bad. Especially because I live out by an airport, everything's underground, which is cool. Fucking, I didn't lose power during a hurricane. That's the first time ever, and I've lived down south forever. But at the same time, it's really frustrating because you're so limited on what you can have. I'm like, I don't want AT&T for my cable because I don't. I don't want to go and try and crawl under the fucking furniture to fix the modem. I don't have it in me. I don't want to move anything either because holy crap, that's gonna take fucking forever. OBS. Please. Please understand that I wanted to do something fun today. I just wanted to feel a little joy. It's not even OBS's fault, it's fucking AT&T. I literally know people who have moved to major cities, willing to spend all the extra money just to have internet service that doesn't suck massive dick. But here I am, still living out in the fucking boonies, on the struggle bus to hell. Granted, I don't pay $4,000 in rent. There's a plus. I am literally staring down on my second monitor. I'm staring down my Wi-Fi, like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? My phone has perfect fucking signal. Because I can't win today. Today is nobody's day. Kindred hive mind right here. My lord has a bad day. I'ma have a bad day too, apparently. Like, straight up, nothing went right today. My coffee was awful because my barista left, and now I have to train these new people on how to make a fucking oat milk drink. Fucking printer jammed more times than I could count. Get home late because I keep forgetting to, you know, get things. I have like no food in my house, so I was like, what am I gonna eat the next 2 days? Because I am not ordering because I had to pay rent and I have no money. And I really don't want to eat just eggs. So I had to stop, get food. So I was home late and I wanted to be because I wanted 100% set up, make sure everything was good. And then this fucking shit. The universe said no. Kindred shall suffer. Can't fucking talk either, apparently. And I just want to chug this because it's starting to get warm. At the same time, that sounds fucking gross. I know it's going to upset my stomach. I'll drink a little bit of this watered down. I guess that kind of helps a little. It's less sweet tea now and just more water. That was the other problem. Now I remember. Fucking place I go and get my tea from was like, I had rewards. So it was gonna be free. And this fucking drive-through girl. I'm like, I don't like yelling at service people. At the same time, I'm like, it's gonna be fine. I just requested to pay at the window, and she's like, no, I'm gonna take your payment here. I'm like, no. I have a free drink on my phone. Please let me use my free beverage. She's like, well, if it's not coming out here, then it doesn't work. It's not real. And I'm like, it's not real? Bitch, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I know more than you. I know more than you. I come from a place where I know more than you in this. Please just let me go pay at the window. And then finally she agreed because the line was getting too long. We get to the window and it instantly comes off. And they were like, why didn't she just let you come to the window in the first place? I was literally trying not to lose it. I'm patient to a point. I guess that's the one thing I wish I had gotten from my mom too, was some fucking patience. I have my dad's temper, like straight up. The mildest inconvenience will make me angry, but then my anxiety kicks in and I can't handle it. I'm like, yes, I have to be confrontational now? That's not gonna happen. Now that I've kind of threatened to crawl under my furniture like a freaking cryptid, the internet seems to want to hold together. Apparently they don't want to face whatever the fuck I am. Me neither. Same. Like, me for real. I don't want to meet the actual cryptid that lives in the fucking floorboards of this house. Phone instantly went off with like every notification. Calm down. Tumblr, I don't know why you send me shit. I don't even use you anymore. You're on my phone as a formality, I guess. Every so often, I have a friend who I made on there who played Final Fantasy with me for a while. But I haven't talked to her in like 2 years. I think they actually changed servers, too. And the thing is, alright, I can go on my Final Fantasy tangent. I did not want to get sucked back into a Final Fantasy freaking game. I played 11 religiously with my brother and his group. Like, we were there when Absolute Virtue dropped and had to go through those shenanigans. We'd play for hours on end, and I'd hate my life because I was designated healer. So when 14 came out, I was like, no. I'm not touching this. And then I touched it. But the original 14 release was awful. It sucked. So I was like, okay, don't need to play this. And then they re-released it. And I remember sitting there for a hot minute going, no. This one man cannot save a whole busted ass game, right? Granted, I was wrong. But this friend I had made on Tumblr was like, no. We can play together. Like, it looks really good now. And I'm like, all right. You know what? At least I'm not playing alone. Bitch, we played together one day and then disappeared into the ozone layer. And I'm like, what the hell? But then everyone thought I was like some badass because when you came into the remake of 14 from the original 14, you had like special privileges at the time. You were considered a legacy player. So they were all like, oh, this girl must be good. And I'm like, no. You want me to heal? Please only pull one thing at a time. If you pull a whole, like, dungeon, I will cry and you will die and we will have to do this over and over again. And then they'd pull the whole fucking dungeon and I remember the anxiety during A Realm Reborn. I'd sit there and fucking spam every button known to man and be like, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. Because I had good people who were like, oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have pulled everything in the whole dungeon. That's my bad. But then you'd have some people who are like, you fucking suck. And I'm like, I know that, but I don't need you to validate those thoughts. I don't need you telling me I suck. Granted, after think it was in Stormblood. It was the third? Well, I guess if it's a Realm Reborn, then Heaven's Ward. So yeah, third for Stormblood. They introduced Red Mage, which I played Red Mage a lot in 11. Fun as hell. So I was like, ooh, I'ma play Red Mage. Except everyone played Red Mage, so the queues were fucking ridiculous. And that was my thing with Stormblood. They released 2 DPS classes and then nothing else. So your DPS queues were longer as fuck. And anything else you queued in, if you were a tank, you were a healer, instant. But I didn't want to be healer. Granted, Stormblood was pretty fucking brain dead. The only part of Stormblood where you actually had to use more than one brain cell was the final boss for it. Which, granted, that was actually kind of a really good boss fight. But the rest of it, I was like, it's kind of boring. Even story-wise, I didn't like Stormblood as much as the rest. But, like, everyone else, I was like, y'all pretty cool. You are all pretty cool. Like, Endwalker, fucking amazing. Yoshi P, I owe him my life. I owe him my life, my one functioning kidney, and a bag of, like, cheeseburgers, like, straight up. I'm gonna give him the whole Yoko Taro treatment. Be like, my dude, main man, I owe you. Because this is actually a really good fucking end to your story. Alright. My brother texted, was like, did the internet in your area go down? I'm like, yes. I didn't tell any of my family I was like doing any of this. My mom just knows I've spent a metric ton of money on Amazon. She's like, what are you buying on Amazon? I'm like, nothing, mama. Don't worry about it. Like, I told her at one point, I was like, oh, I bought a new pad for my laptop. It gets a little too hot. It's supposed to keep it cold. She's like, oh, it's really expensive. And I was like, I know, right? Like, there are things I can get away with. There's other things where I'm like, nope. Can't get away with this one. Mama gonna sit here and no. But, yes, Final Fantasy. 14's actually pretty good. I would sell all of my worldly figurine possessions to have Malord play it for like one stream. Because I would literally call out of work and I would be on the game. I would be there. I wouldn't even like make an alt. I would straight up be on my main. I would not care. Be like, sir, I am your free carry. Welcome to the game. We're gonna get you to at least the first dungeon so that I can make your experience one worth having. Because I really enjoy watching like Fuchan and Millie play. Because I'm like, yay! I remember the magic and the joy of watching people learn how to play Final Fantasy and really getting immersed in the story. Because A Realm Reborn, granted, it does set up everything for all of your other expansions, but like, it had to be kind of boring to set everything up. Because from A Realm Reborn, you go into Heaven's Ward, which is one of the greatest fucking expansions. Stormblood's alright. I will give Stormblood credit where credit is due. My whole thing was, the whole point of Stormblood was like, yeah, we're going to Alamigo. And it's like, bitch, you thought we're in Doma for most of this. And I'm like, oh, I didn't want to be in Weebville, but I guess we're here. Granted, I love the housing in Shirogane. I would sell my fucking kidney to have a house there. I still can't win the fucking lotto in that game. I just want a house. I remember having a house, and then I stopped playing for a hot minute, and the demo system was still up, and it was like, you lost your house. And I was like, fuck. I'm not wrong. Straight up, Samurai only came out to appease the weebs. No one can convince me otherwise. We straight up were happy as a clam knowing there was Red Mage, and then everybody was like, oh, are we gonna get a healer or a tank? And then they were like, bitch, you thought, welcome, here's Samurai. And I was like, don't want this. Another positional physical DPS? Please put that in the trash where it belongs. But then Samurai turned into like one of the top DPSs, and I was like, I don't want to play this. I hate physical DPS so much. Fucking physical DPS is awful, especially when you have to know on your positionals. I think it's different now. I refuse to touch a physical DPS. I literally will only touch Astro, Red Mage, and Dancer. I won't even touch White Mage right now. And that's been my first class since like the very beginning. But like, Astrologian's a fun healer. I don't care what people say, saying it's boring. Like, it's not boring, guys. You just need to be you need to stop having tunnel vision. Dancer's a brain dead class, but God, is it pretty. It's like, you just have to keep doing the same combos and watch your timers. But at the same time, it's so fucking pretty. And the glamour. Endgame. The real endgame of Final Fantasy XIV is knowing that you can customize your character to the max. You can have the most beautiful character in all the fucking land. You just have to beat the game. Granted, I beat Endwalker and I haven't logged back in since. I've been paying my sub on this for over a year. I literally took the week off to play all of Endwalker. I'm glad I did because, oh my god, the queues. Literally, when this game launched, when the expansion launched for Endwalker, you could spend hours waiting to get into the server. You could be like 6,000th in line. And if you lost your connection, or if some act of God happened, you'd lose your spot. Now, I learned the trick to it was to be awake at 6 in the morning every day, because no one's playing the video game at 6 in the morning, because it's later in the morning on the North American servers. It's fucking like 3 a.m. on the Pacific coast. So I was like, oh, sweet, EST gang, for real, for real. So I'd wake up at 6 a.m. that whole week. Wait in the little queue that there was, maybe like 200 as opposed to 6,000 or 10K. I was like, a small price to pay. Small price to pay for fucking not waiting over 2 hours to potentially lose my spot in line. And what classes we get in fucking Endwalker? We got Sage and we got... Oh, we got the other tank, didn't we? No, we got Reaper, which I haven't touched yet. Because it's a fucking physical DPS. Yeah, I feel that. When I first started playing, like when I played 11 with my brother, I had so many questions. But like, instead of, you know, being a good big brother, he was just like, no. Just hit these buttons like I told you. And I'm like, but I want to understand why I'm hitting these buttons. Granted, I pretty much was just a mule. I was a smurf. I was a whatever the fuck you want to call me. Just wanted a healer. Their whole static had so many DPSs and so many tanks, but not enough healers. And they wanted to clear all these big-ass, heavy dungeons, and I'm sitting here like, I want to know the story. I want to know what the fuck I'm doing and why I'm playing this. Would never answer a question until I finally decided, like, I want to say like 5 years ago, I made a whole new character in 11. Granted, 11 now is so fucking brain dead. It used to be so hard. And I remember going in, playing, I was like, wait a minute. I remember... It's like Final Destination. I can see the clues to which I'm going to lose my internet, but my god, can I not prevent it? Everyone's still gonna die. Oh, I love Final Destination as a movie, though. I have rant about Final Fantasy for ages. It's still so fun to play, but I just don't have the time, nor do I want to put in the effort. But maybe with streaming, I could just do that every once in a while. But I think I want to make a new character and play through the whole thing again. Granted, a lot of voice acting. lot of voice acting that I don't want to do. But I still think it could be fun. I don't remember who I was talking to about playing Final. I think it was Dio. We were like, yeah, we could have a whole kindred community on Siren where everybody else is. And I was like, I'll fucking do it. But now I sit here and go, I don't have time. I want more time to do things, but it's like, being an adult does not give you time to do things. Which, like, okay, granted. Kinda have to work, have to have money. How else will I send super chats and have my membership? Those are like my big splurges, honestly. I sit here, I literally was having a conversation with myself the other day, like, remember when you didn't send a supa every stream? What happened? I can't answer. I don't fucking know. All of a sudden, I'm like, let me send one. Let me send a little one. And then I sit there and I look at my bank account. Granted, my supas, when I do it through my phone, takes a little bit of time for it to come out. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm kind of playing like a gamble. Will I have enough money in my account to make it to when the YouTube app wants to actually charge my card? Tune in next time to find out. But it be like that. Granted, as a mortician, I make a good amount of money. I just don't know how to manage money. I am a failure of a Jew like that. Granted, we were not raised as Jewish as we should have been. Like, we're Jewish on my dad's side of the family. He's not a very... Like, in Jewish culture, you're not supposed to have, like, piercings or tattoos. Meanwhile, my dad, myself, and my sister, we all have tattoos and piercings. And I remember my grandma, when she saw my first tattoo, was like, you'll never be considered a real Jewish woman in the community. And I'm like, sounds like a you problem. I have a pretty tattoo. Like, I'm not as traditional as the rest of my family, which makes me kind of like a bit of black sheep. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, I don't have it in me to sit there and be like as bigoted as some of my family is. It just be like that. That's the key. That's the real key to adulting. When you have the job where you know that you're not going to be 100% miserable the whole time, that's when you know you've at least kind of made it. You've made it to a good point. And like, slightly tipsy Kuro is ready to give out the life advice that sober Kuro cannot give anybody ever. When you have the job that you think that you are ready to have, everything kind of starts to fit into place a lot better. Like, when I worked retail, I hated my life. I was so depressed. And the thing is, working retail as a mute was the worst fucking thing ever because people are nasty for no fucking reason. Southern hospitality is a lie. It's a fucking lie. It only exists if you're a normal person. After that, it's like, yeah, I could be nice to you, but I'm not going to. So when I got done with college and I was like, okay, time to go into my apprenticeship, I literally had to find any morgue or funeral home that would be a-okay with me not being able to talk. And when I found the one I work at now, granted, my funeral director is a fucking fossil. He literally was just like, well, it's just a bunch of dead bodies. Who the fuck you talking to? And I was like, dude, you're like me for real, for real. I don't know what made me, throughout my whole life, want to be a mortician, though. Makes no sense. Went to performing arts school. Come out mortician. You wanted to do one thing, but then you do another. Right? Like, my man, my director, bless him, the day he passes is the day that I don't think I'll have much hope in humanity anymore. Because this dude straight up should be like a complete dick. He was like always an army brat, but I think he has like the Bob Ross effect. Like Bob Ross was in the military and did not want to yell at people anymore. So he just became this kindly painter man. My main man, my director was like, I do not want to yell at people anymore. So I'm going to hang out with the dead people because you can't really yell at dead people. It ain't going to fix nothing. And I'm like, dude, you're me for real. And he lets me get away with so much shit. Like, quite literally, I don't do as much work as I feel like I should be. Granted, we are overstaffed. For a funeral home in a tiny-ass southern city, we have too many people working. Especially because we have a night crew, too. Granted, I'd rather there be a night shift than we have a metric shit ton of work to do when I come in the morning. But then it's like, I feel bad. This man pays us to do fucking nothing. He pays me to watch VTubers. And I don't know how to tell him, like, yeah, the money you're paying me, I just paid this dude to chuckle at my comment. Like, I don't know. I remember not even knowing, like, the big deal of VTubers. Back during the COVID time, when I think the first VTubers I tried to watch was Hololive. And I was like, oh, these girls look kind of cute. So I started watching Myth, and I'm like, I don't understand. Do not understand the appeal. Granted, my brother was watching them. He really likes Callie. And granted, I like Callie too. I like her music. But like, I could not watch a stream to save my life. I was like, I don't understand this. What am I missing? But then I found like the Hollow Stars. I found the boys. But they were only JP, and I could only watch clips because I know zilch. I know zilch in Japanese. So I'd watch like whatever clips I could. I'm like, they're funny. Why are there no English boys? I did not know about indies at the time. I was like, what's an indie VTuber? What? Probably would have, gone into this a lot earlier than I did with Luxium. But Luxium was like, holy shit, there are boys now that speak English and I can watch them corporately. And it's all been downhill since there because now I never have money. That's a lie. That's such a lie. I have money. I just don't know how to be good with it. Oh my god! Vocaloids with extra steps. That's what we're gonna call VTubers. I actually love that though. That's a good look. I never got into Vocaloids until like middle school too, and I was like a young weeb. Like I was reading manga in like 4th grade, and I remember, oh my god, the manga story. I had a manga that, my first manga was Dot Hack Sign, Legend of the Twilight Bracelet. The first page you open in that, there's fucking titties. Which I didn't know. The book was wrapped in plastic. So I was like, I'm gonna bring this to school and I'll read it there. Opened the plastic book and I was like, oh no, there's booba. What do I do? And my teacher saw and he took the book. I was like, oh, please don't tell my mom. I didn't know they were there. He didn't. He did not tell my mama. He was just like, just bring this back to school. Just pick it up for me before you get on your bus, okay, honey? And I was like, okay. Oh my god. I think I still have it too. There's something nostalgic about my first manga that I just can't get rid of it. I'm such a pack rat like that. Like, I can look at something and remember everything I did with it. Like, I'll go through my dresser and be like, oh, but I remember seeing a tiny turtle in this shirt. I can't get rid of it. The universe straight up did choose violence on me. They were like, yeah, you are gonna probably get in trouble for this book. And then down the road, my mom bought me the other 2 for Christmas, I think. She was like, here you go, honey. You liked the first one, right? And I was like, yes. Did you look through these? Because they weren't wrapped. I was terrified. Apparently, that one page in the first book was just a fucking, I don't know, a happenstance. Because all of a sudden, there's fucking titties. But there's no titties for the rest of the series. I was like, who is this for? Who'd you make these titties for? The thing is, that made it even worse that I think about it. The main characters, granted they're playing through avatars, I guess? Because they're trapped in like a fucking Final Fantasy ripoff. But the main characters, I think, are high schoolers. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is uncomfortable. You're showing me the avatar, yes, but you're showing me the avatar's titties. I don't like this. I didn't like it as a kid, and I don't like it now. Granted, there's a lot of things that I've looked at now as an adult where I'm like, this should not be a thing for me, but I guess it works. I guess it works. I'm chugging the rest of this. I'm gonna hate my life in a second. I want to get one of the other flavors. Tired of you, strawberry. Oh my god. See, I can't draw for shit. I really need to, like, start commissioning. But, like, I took one art class because it was mandatory. And the teacher was like, you can't draw anime stuff forever. And I was like, says who? The government? Says you? Meanwhile, there was one kid, I remember, I was pissed. This one kid would draw furries nonstop. But that was okay. And I'm like, oh, the furry's okay, but I... That is such a move. I just need my internet to get it together. Because it's windy, it is like... Right? Thank you. Thank you for yelling at AT&T for me. I think it's just because it's fucking windy. Every so often. No, I don't want to open widgets. There is a wind advisory. Or not. I don't want to see the weather anyway. Thanks, Apple. I don't understand why. The GPS weather won't work. So I have to scroll through to my actual city. Why the fuck do I have Antarctica on my phone? Do I really need to know that right now in Antarctica it's negative 34 degrees? The more we know. No, there's only a flood warning. And it's only there because the ground's still a fucking hurricane. I do not know what's happening. It's not even the weather. Just the joys of being a fucking hick, I guess. Alright, well, I'm gonna let the internet simmer for a second. I'm gonna grab another seltzer. And hopefully, I'm just gonna reach in and grab one. I do not grab pina colada. That flavor tastes like candles. Alright, I did not grab pina colada. All is safe. I hope it got my can. I'm gonna be really depressed if it didn't. Also, it's also the joy of drinking seltzers. AT&T is like, are you having a good time right now? No, you're not. Fuck you, AT&T. What am I paying for? Am I paying for lackluster service? Clearly I am. They're gonna get a phone call from me tomorrow if it's still doing this, because I don't got patience for this. Granted, I don't even know what anyone's streaming. Reimu's birthday, that's right. I'll be watching the Reimu while I do my household duties. Still don't know what time I'm gonna stream tomorrow either. If at all. Actually, no, I said I'm the big girl one, dude. I just want to cry. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. And AT&T is like, fuck your happiness. I wanted to talk. Not lie in bed and be depressed about whatever the fuck I'm depressed about. Here I am trying to have a good mental health stay, and AT&T told me to go fuck myself. AT&T, don't you know? It is No Nut November. We cannot have fun right now. It's so weird. It's only YouTube. And, like, I can see it when OBS wants to fucking crash. But, like, Twitter is doing A-okay. Thank God I can still tweet. I can tweet in these times of depression, but I cannot actually have fun on my own stream. I hate this. I hate it here. I hate this. I do not want to know what my VOD is gonna look like. I don't know how to edit shit. I know the bare minimum of OBS. I've literally been just Googling what I need to do to fix things. Like, I know on my second VOD, the audio's doubled, and that's because I fucked up. That was my bad. But too little too late, and I guess it kind of adds spooky ambience. Which kind of depressed me, because I was like, damn it, I did good. I fucking... Can I offer you a tweet in these trying times? I feel bad. This cannot be enjoyable for you. I will not give up. I'm Eastern European AT&T. You can't stop me. I'm stubborn. Or, you know what? I'm gonna call them tomorrow and just yell at them in fucking Romani. It's fine. Then they'll be like, I don't know what language you're speaking, ma'am. We don't have anybody who speaks your language, ma'am. Be like, you barely have anybody who speaks fucking English here, too. Every time I've called them for anything, any service related, anything, they give me such the runaround. And I'm like, please, for the love of God, do not make me get sad. I'm just staring depressedly at the Wi-Fi. Come on, I even got this cute little drink asset for this. Like, you need to behave, Wi-Fi. I own you. I pay for you once a month. And once a month, you shouldn't be doing this. And if you're gonna do it when I'm not fucking home. Because I don't care what you do when I'm not home. I swear. I don't want to deal with this tomorrow. Please work. I don't have the mental wherewithal to spend my day calling AT&T customer service. Right. My eyes keep darting between the Wi-Fi signal and OBS. Like, Because OBS goes down first, and I sit there and just see the sad red square and go, aww. Kind of hear the Price is Right, the except just my... Don't worry, I can tweet. I can tweet all I want. So I gotta be the one to ask, why are we angry about, you know, what I view as a harmless tweet? You don't like the tweet, then leave. No need to send fucking... That's what I don't get. I guess that's the one thing I'll never understand. Who in their right mind thinks it's a-okay to send someone a death threat? They're a fucking anime PNG, my dude. Please check your carbon monoxide levels. Fresh air. I don't want you to touch grass. I just want you to breathe. I want you to breathe in the freshness. Because you're literally telling someone to fucking die. Thank you. Thank you, honey. You understand my frustration. And I don't have it in me to actually physically go argue with people. Nor do I want to. We've been told not to, so I won't do it. But I just want to ask and be like, what's your fucking thought process? What is it? Like, where in your tiny mind do you have it in you to be like, I'm gonna go tell this person to go die because, I don't know, they're confident in their fucking sexuality. Meanwhile, I haven't been touched by a woman since the day I was fucking born. Like, dude. Like, oh my god, it makes me so angry. I'm like, here I am, just trying to live my best life, watching other people be happy, and y'all gotta be the fucking ants at my picnic, ruining my sussy times. Don't understand, TikTok children. I don't have my time for you. I ain't got time for this shit. You know what I got time for? Sus. I have time to be a sussy grown-ass fucking adult. Like, I don't know. I do not know what happened in the 10 years when I was in high school, and, you know, we're watching the puppet sex musical at a crisp young 14, 16, and nowadays kids are like, dude, you cannot ever tweet ever. Right? Like, back in my day, God, that makes me feel old and I hate saying it. Back in my day, we didn't have AO3. We had adultfanfiction.net. And the first screen to adultfanfiction.net was you had to enter your age. You had to enter your birthday. Bitch. My birthday was literally in like the 16th century. And that website didn't give a fuck. I learned so much about sex from that website that I'm sitting here going, but we're not taught this? I have to learn it through fiction? But, you know, thank you to the Sasuke Naruto fanfic writers out there, and the Star Roxas fanfic writers out there, the Roxas Axel fanfics writers out there. Anybody who wrote a fanfic, I probably read it back in the day. You're the true American heroes. Or non-American heroes. You're just the true MVPs. Stronger than any fucking US Marine. You wrote porn and you wrote it in ways that sometimes weren't always the best. But you know what? We at least learned something. We were supposed to take sex ed 8th grade year. I don't remember specifically what happened, but somebody pulled a prank about something. So instead of, you know, just disciplining those kids, they were like, well, now none of you can learn about sex education. And I'm like, that doesn't sound right. But this is the South, so I guess that checks out. Meanwhile, I can't bitch. Like I've tweeted before, I'm a sad little virgin who knows nothing. I don't know how to explain. Literally, my mama has been like, can I watch PNG Man? And I'm like, please don't. Because the first time he either makes a promiscuous moan or you pick the wrong ASMR, I can't explain shit to you. You're gonna think I'm a harlot running around the streets. Which, that will be the funniest fucking thing she will ever say to me in my entire life. Doesn't give my sister shit. Gave me shit. I could see that happening. But like, didn't get to learn it in school, but thank God, closing in on my 30s, I get to learn it from PNG anime. The irony is not lost on me. The amount of kinks I've learned about where I'm like, oh damn, kinda like this. What the fuck? But I could have possibly had a better sexual education because of school, but I didn't get it, so now I have to learn about it in my fucking 30s. Makes no sense. Here I am. You know, being a PNG ghost cat, drinking hard seltzer at 9:44 at night. Here we go. You know, if this isn't living, then I don't know what is. This is wrong. I don't want to be right. Because, not like I was ever right to begin with. It's fine. Fine. All I see is people playing fucking Cookie Run. I don't have it in me to play another gacha game. I'm sitting here looking at Genshin. Right? So, like, it's not even that we're super religious. Like, my dad could give less than a single fuck. He'd honestly would probably give me a high five. He'd give me a wicked high five. And again, he's not home, so God only knows when I'll see him. But, like, Romani culture is that you save yourself. Save yourself from marriage. But you marry within the Romani community. I don't have it in me to marry a Romani man. They're all fucking needy mama's boys, and I hate that shit. Like, you can be needy. Everybody got needs. But you gotta run to your fucking mom for stupid ass shit that you can handle yourself as a grown ass adult. And I have seen Romani men. They are fucking babies. They're fucking babies. That's the other problem. Vox has raised my standard so fucking high. I'll never find anything because my standard needs to come down like a fucking notch. But she's not budging. Don't want to budge. Then I don't want to fucking date. Especially being in a small town, everybody knows who I am. Everyone knows my problem. They don't care that I actually am trying to get better. They're like, that's the creepy girl. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I am. Sounds like a you problem. But no, like, I'm not here to marry into Romani again. My sister did, and I look at her and I go, while you did get lucky, because my brother-in-law is actually a really good dude. Like, my niece is not his daughter, but he sure as hell treats her like he is. Like, good for you, sir. Any other Romani family would be like, dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, and I'd have to live with that, and I don't have it in me. I'm tired of bullshit like this. But like, my mama has already said, she's like, honey, I've accepted you will not give me grandchildren, and that's fine. Is it though? Because you keep looking at my uterus like it's gonna do something, like it's gonna do a wicked flip, and all of a sudden there's gonna be a kid in there. Like, I'm gonna fucking Virgin Mary you a grandchild. I've told her, I'm like, you're gonna get grandcats? Because I think she's also accepted, like, my brother ain't gonna do jack shit for her either. He's just kind of like, he's just vibing. Then again, he's fucking rich. He doesn't give a shit. I don't think my mama has learned. I think she just kind of has to learn to accept it. Granted, she kind of does understand in my type of predicament that it's not gonna happen. Not in this town. And I don't have it in me to... As much as I would like to, I like where I live for the most part. I like the money I get to spend here because I'm considered fucking loaded. And I don't feel like I make good money. I don't make that good money. But like, I don't think I have it in me to be that far away from my family. Because they're like literally all I had for the past 10 years. Where like, I've had friends, like I had work friends, and I had work friends from like retail. Granted, I don't talk to them as much, but like, whatever. Like, one of them sent me a Snapchat. I don't even use my fucking Snapchat anymore. I remember when Snapchat was a thing. Now it's really like, ew, you post on Snapchat? What are you, old? And I'm like, when the fuck did Snapchat become for old people? When did Snapchat become fucking Facebook? And Facebook has become like MySpace. No one uses Facebook anymore. What's Zuckerberg doing? I don't understand what's happening anymore. Right? Every time he says that, I'm like, he's like me for real, for real. Like, granted, yes, there's a part of me that's like, I just want to do something to make my mom happy. But at the same time, I also sit here and go like, not that happy. First of all, someone have to meet my standards. Listen, as much as I don't want to admit it, maybe we should have just banned TikTok. Everything went downhill when we lost Vine. Once Vine was gone, everything started to suck. The memes weren't as funny. The economy fucking sucked. I don't know what else has happened. I really don't pay attention to the world. I probably should. But there's so much funny internet PNG people to watch that I don't care. What are they gonna... What am I gonna do? But like, we lost Vine and everything. It's like great googly moogly. Everything has gone to shit. But yeah, every time he says that, I'm like, oh my god. Like me, for real, for real. Like, please. I do want to find a significant other, just not like that. Someone who could, you know, accept all of this. Accept the ghost PNG as who she is. Carrying her drink on her lap. I did not want to get another asset for a table. I was like, I don't got time for this. I literally thought of the drink asset like 10 minutes before going live. I was like, ooh, I need a drink. And I'm like, oh god, go, 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 go. I was like, quick to coffee. I'll buy someone coffee real quick. Yeah. Fucking TikTok. Thing is, when I was working retail... Oh, thank you! It's actually someone who makes Final Fantasy 14 assets. He's like, you don't have to pay for it. And I was like, no, no, no. Let me give you some money. Let me throw some money at you. And I love it. I love it so much. Especially because it's Astro. Astro's like the... Astro and Dancer are the two pretty classes. I'm not going to go on a Final Fantasy 14 rant again. I've probably talked your ear off enough about that. Like, we ain't got time for that. We don't have time to unpack all of that. But, like, I have been having fun actually looking at things and being like, oh, I want to put this here. I want to get this. I still need to find out how to put fucking chat on my OBS for YouTube. I found so many tutorials to do it for Twitch. And I'm like, I'm not going on Twitch. Fuck that shit. First of all, I don't even remember how to log into my Twitch. Secondly, I am probably the one person supporting YouTube Premium by paying for it. And I only do it, one, because I hate ads. I hate them. Spotify, I have Spotify Premium. Got the one O'Reilly's Auto Parts ad and said, fuck this shit. That, and I couldn't skip songs. Like, you could, but you only had so many. The quality of the audio sucked too. Like, I'm such a musical purist. Like, I listen to music non-stop all day. My Spotify last year was like, you need to slow down. I'm like, how about I don't? But I do anyway. But like, pay for so many premium services. I need to fucking stop. Meanwhile, I mooch off of everybody for Netflix, Disney, Hulu. Mooch off my sister for fucking Peacock. I think Peacock is free, but she pays for it. So she doesn't have ads, because she's also like me for real. When did I become so impatient with ads? Probably when all the ads started to suck. It's always the same ones. Like, when I listen to the radio in the car, the rare times I do, it is always like International Diamond Center. Some fucking air conditioning service that I've never fucking heard of, but now I see their trucks everywhere. I'm like, please leave. Did the government send you? You weren't here before. I don't like this. And like, well, right now it's political ad city because voting time. Yes, bitches, we gotta go vote. Fuckers out. I hate voting so much. I live near one of the voting places and fucking traffic's like, we live in the small town. There should not be traffic. So I cut court. There's no court traffic. Why is there traffic? Where did you all come from? Yes, because they're in the same county, but I'm like, please fucking leave. Go vote. Go vote at the library. That was another horror story. Went to the library Saturday. I didn't feel like checking out more books. I'm like, when the fuck do I have time to read? Barely had time to read the books I had. Oh my god. So many people want to talk to me about voting. Have you early voted? Did you do this? Did you do that? I'm like, bitch, I voted day 1 because I don't want to deal with you people. You guys have cluttered my mailbox with nothing but political ads. Everywhere I look, there is a sign for somebody. I don't care. I did my job. Leave me be. I've gotten to the point where I just start speaking to them. Don't talk. Because then they get all offended. Oh, a foreigner, you can't vote. And I'm like, bitch, I got a green card. I'm allowed to be here. I worked to be here. What did you do? I will not go on a political rant. I am a strong, independent girl who don't need to do that shit. That and nah, it ain't worth my frustrations. I don't need to get frustrated with the American voting services. I like when people like random from like please, how'd you find this? I literally had someone the other day retweet one of my drunk tweets from a while ago. I'm like, where did you come from? How did you find me? It wasn't even someone who was following me. I'm like, did you do a deep dive of like a specific word? How did you find this tweet? I don't understand people. Where do you find me? That was a horror story though. Yeah, I did that, my big tweet. My phone would not stop, and I don't know how to, I'm a boomer when it comes to like apps. So I was like, how do I get my phone to stop going off every 5 seconds? Oh no, honey, I'm sorry. That sucks. This is why I pay for YouTube Premium. No, please don't. Don't be stronger than me. I'll tell everyone and their mother, please be stronger than me. But like, it's annoying. That's why I hate ads. Like, I'm in the middle of this. Especially like something that's supposed to help you like do something. Like if you're supposed to get help sleeping, or you're supposed to get like help. I don't know what other kind of help takes a long time, but just some self-help. If you're just getting something from someone, I don't need a political ad in the middle of it. Or I don't need like a fucking Monster Jam. Sunday, come see the fucking monster trucks. No, bitch, I was fucking sleeping. That honestly would probably make my soul ascend if all of a sudden someone talked to me about like fucking Ron DeSantis or something. I'd probably have be like, nope, I'm dead. I'm done. Donezo. Literally yesterday, I didn't even think I was gonna fall asleep with my headphones on. Did anyway. So uncomfortable when I wake up. I was re-listening to the ASMR today. I passed out. It's so soft and but then all the sound effects you get when we go down to the lab woke me the fuck up, and I was like, who's breaking into my house? I literally did not expect to fall asleep to it until I did, and I woke up thinking someone was breaking and entering. I was so scared. What other one does that? Oh my god, there's another one where I can fall asleep to it. The night ASMR. I can sleep like all the way through it until like we're dead middle, and all the horse whinnies. The horses always wake me up out of me. Right? Like there's so much like softness in the beginning where I could fucking go on a tangent about this ASMR. It's probably my favorite. And I didn't think anyone was gonna top night ASMR, because nights, anything story oriented, I'm fucking here for. Fucking love Night. I love Forest Guardian. Merman. Merman was my fucking shit when we first got that. I was listening to that nonstop because every time I re-listen to it, like I catch other things. I'm like, ooh, ooh. And that's the only reason I wanted to re-listen to Scientists last night. I was like, okay, I want to see if I can catch things. Like, my man's improving, and he can still throw all them fucking foreshadowing. I'm sitting here like, fucking king. Fucking slay me with your storytelling aspects. That's why I love the story ones so much. I love the sussy, don't get me wrong. Fucking Office ASMR gets me every fucking time. I won't go into unpack all that. But Office ASMR hits every single one of my kinks, and I'm like, God damn it! He knows me for real, for real. First time I heard it, I was like, oh no! That one's also really good to fall asleep to. There's nothing that really wakes me up in that one. But like, and that's like my one thing. I'm like, if I can fall asleep to it, please don't wake me up at any point. Like unless I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm just too tired and I can just throw my headphones on. Whatever. I'll deal with it in the morning. Where was I? Office ASMR. Fucking I have a small confession about Office ASMR. I actually had to go home early from that one. Because I ended up getting a nosebleed at one point. And it was really bad. But I was disassociating so much. Because I'm like in a headspace. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I was going to Starbucks on my way home. And I didn't realize just how bad this nosebleed was. All on my shirt and everything. This poor drive-thru worker at Starbucks was like, are you okay, ma'am? And I'm like looking down. And I didn't really have much of a voice at the time. It was still really soft and it would crack a lot. And I was like, I'm sorry. I have to go home. It was so terrifying. Oh god. Listen, there is a sub in me who takes the Office ASMR and goes, oh no. Oh no. I remember, like, I was literally doing my paperwork. Sundays, I usually just do all the filing. Literally, I felt like I was an anime cliche, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, he got me. He got me good. Like, I think I threw that shirt out. I was like, I can't look at this shirt. It's full of shame. It's full of my fucking shame. Oh god. But it was so great. I remember just sitting there the whole time like, he can't possibly go any further. And then he just tell me to shut the fuck up and do something more extreme. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh no. The great guac guac incident of 2022, man. She's real and she's here to stay. I think I dropped my fucking, like, I was writing something out. And then I'm like, wait a second. No, we are not about to do this, are we? The whole time I'm sitting there, shocked Pikachu face, holding this pen going, wait, what? Right? So, typically I'm at work for ASMR. I was not at work for Box Tenchi 2. I was sitting at home, lying on the bed going, what's gonna happen? And the whole time I'm sitting there like rolling around, like straight up screaming like, oh my god, he can't be doing this. Dragon, however, is also a funny story. I was getting a tattoo. I was getting one of my arms done. So I was there for 6 hours. When I got there, it was like 11 o'clock. So the ASMR had already started. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. They have free Wi-Fi. I'm gonna let the ASMR play out. I'm gonna re-listen to the night ASMR. Fell asleep. Perfect. Because, listen, something about going to get tattooed just puts me to sleep when I'm in the right headspace. So I'm like, okay, bod's up. Let's listen to Dragon. The whole time I'm staring up at the ceiling going like, holy shit. She's like, my tattoo artist was like, you doing okay? And I'm like, yeah, we're fine. Do not worry. Something sussy is not being played in my ears right now. Don't worry. The whole time, for 2 hours, I'm sitting there like, I don't want to move, but I don't want to be like, I'm gonna need you to tattoo a little slower because my heart rate is fucking elevated. Fuck, I just hit my head on my... Oh, Lord. Gosh, I could go on and on about, like, every fucking day. listen, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, look, y'all already don't like me. Y'all already have a perception of me. Now you guys can know that I get to listen to softcore porn almost every Sunday. Good luck with that information. Do with it what you will. What are you gonna do? Chase me out of town? The fuck you are. Who's gonna embalm all of you? No one. Like, one thing while I'm at work, I actually have a really good poker face at work. Listening to Box at home, I was like, okay, I can do whatever the fuck I feel like. I can scream all I want. Dragon really did push my limits of, can I sit here and not look like I'm listening to mild softcore porn? Let's find out. Only God knew. God was right. I could hold the face long enough, but the whole time I was sitting there, I'm like wanting to just like... At certain points during sussy ASMRs, I do start to giggle. Because I don't know how to handle fucking stuff like that in public. So I just make it sound like, you know, I'm listening to a funny podcast. Like, I try and play it off so nonchalant. But at the same time, I'm like, little do you know what's really happening in this AirPod. But I'm all sitting here like, what are you gonna do about it? You can chase me out of town? Please do. What were your crimes? I listened to some softcore porn ASMR. Get out of town. Oh well. God, like I said, I could go on for hours. I could literally just... But then they're all so fucking good. I can't pick just one. The only one I sit here and go like, no. Tenchi awakened something in me. Like, the first box Tenchi ASMR. The second slap. I don't know what it is about the second slap. It gets me. We're even given warnings like, you hear that in your ear? You hear that? And I'm like, bitch, just do it. And every time, like, I jump. And I'm like, why? I literally have it almost practically memorized for the cues and shit. And I still sit there and go like, panting like a fucking... Right? I really do need to take the BDSM test. Because I need to know just how much of a fucking masochist has Vox turned me into. Because literally, like, I don't think I was ever thinking I could be into, like, choking and slapping. But goddamn, is it fucking hot. It just... I'm like, goddamn, it's so fucking hot. Like, dude, please. Please put your fucking yowie hands away. Because you are making me act a damn fool. But at the same time, please continue slapping the fucking shit out of me. That was literally during the Professor ASMR. I'm listening to it. And I'm like, I'm just chilling at home at my sister's house with some wine. And I'm like, it can't be that bad. Oh my god. Yeah, I want to do it and then share on Twitter. At the same time, I'm like, I don't know how to answer any of this because, like I've said, sad ass fucking bird. I don't know shit. I know nothing. I know what I have been taught by AO3 and adultfanfiction.net. And now it's sussy ASMR time. But I'm like, listening to Professor just slapping the ever-loving shit out of us. Like, I could have fallen asleep at some point in the beginning. I could have fallen asleep to the rain sounds. But then we got the bejesus slapped out of us. And now I'm sitting here the whole time. I gotta actually look at it. I did my rice purity, and I'm like at an 89. I'm like, god damn. Why am I so innocent according to the internet? But I know I'm a fucking degenerate bitch. Like, dude, please. Please accept me for what I am. I might do that tomorrow. When I can actually have thought. But I'm also sitting here going like, god damn. Who are you? How did you... God. Okay, granted, you probably found me through most conventional ways on Twitter. I always get so concerned when like random people follow me on Twitter. I'm like, who are you? Hello? Like, I need to know who you are, please. There's certain names that pop up. I'm like, oh, I know you. Oh, I know you. But then like some random person follows me. I'm like, who the? You're not my family. Are you? Then again, I also have to sit here and be like, are you a fucking minor? Because I swear to God, I feel like I've yet to run into a minor. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Because the first time I get a minor, I'm gonna sit here and be like, please leave. I don't know when to stop. So I need you to stop and leave. God, why is Twitter such a lawless way? I honestly don't even feel like Tumblr was that much of a lawless way. Yeah, pretty much for me, the first when he first got the ASMR mic, that changed me. That changed me good. Because I couldn't get into ASMR either. Pretty much my first introduction to an ASMR was one my brother sent me. Like, listen to this one, it might actually help you fall asleep. I'm like, this is just awkward. There's just someone whispering in my ear. I don't like this. I guess you just put a man with a seductive ass voice in my ear, making sussy ass comments, whipping a belt at me and slapping the bejesus out of me, and I can fucking pass out in it. And or I can just become like a degenerate for it. At the same time, I'm sitting here because my mom will be like, oh, I want to listen. And I'm like, please no. I don't know what to suggest to her to listen. I would say like, oh yeah, listen to the night one. But I also know she's going to be like, I don't get it. This is one of those things where I'm so conflicted because like she does want to get an interest in my life. But at the same time, I'm like, this is not the interest I need you to get into. You don't want to get interested in, I don't know, taxidermy with me. You want to get interested in OBS? I've been learning a lot about that. Instead, she chooses the sussy PNG anime man. I don't know. Nah, I trust you. There are certain people on there like I instantly trust. I'm like, yeah, no. I see enough people where I'm like, no, I know it's good. I don't know. I know the day will come and I'm gonna say something stupid on Twitter and I'm gonna get like, yes, I'll get canceled. Sure, let's go. Cancel me, tiny child. Let's fucking go. Square up in the Denny's parking lot with me. I'm not afraid to fight a child, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even remember Tumblr being bad. Then again, I'm not proud to admit it, but I was deep in the Onceler fandom, so didn't see much of anything. I don't feel like I've gotten a minor yet, but a lot of the names that I see follow me are people that I see in chat, so I feel okay. Where I'm like, okay, I've seen you in chat, or I see you in pre-chat, or I see you in the Discord, so I feel okay. But I know I'm gonna get a minor. I know I am. It's gonna happen. I get one hit tweet. Great googly moog. Granted, that one hit fucking... I remember looking at the analytics. I was just curious, and I was like, holy shit. So many people seen this tweet. What the fuck? And I'll never forget the actual fucking sound I made. Checked my watch and was like, oh yeah, Vox Akuma liked your tweet. And I was like, the fuck? Senpai noticed me? I remember just like screeching in my car. I was like, wait, what did he do? It's like that stupid Bryan Cranston gif I use all the time, like, because I really don't say much. That's actually like impactful. But then all of a sudden I'll get like 20 likes in an instant. Straight up, fucking, it's creepy, but at the same time I'm like, sir, please. Fucking jump scare me like that. The fuck funeral home parking lot, right? I'm scared to go through his likes in public because I'm like, how much porn am I about to pull up? I'm like, please, sir. I just want to open Twitter. And then his fucking likes pop up. I'm like, oh! Please don't look, mama. You may not borrow my phone. Use your phone, please. You're not ready for all the fucking porn that's on my phone, apparently. God. I'm not gonna bitch though. It did fucking make my whole day. I was like, hey, someone tweet. Like, I felt like I was bragging to nobody. Oh god. It's just weird when people can find like I'll never forgive that person retweeting my like, who the fuck were you tweet that of all things? I literally was just going on a tangent about how I need to protect this man because my motherly instincts don't know when to shut the fuck up. God, I'm not allowed to get me off Twitter. Start scrolling for like 2 seconds and I the fucking fun. I need to not. That's where all my sleep goes. I could sleep all I want if I wasn't on fucking Twitter all the time. But like, it's weird because all of a sudden, like, I have to check. I used to hate using Twitter. I've had a Twitter forever, but I never used it for anything until I started following all the Luxia boys. And I'm like, I'm just here for the schedules. But then I'd feel like, oh, well, you post funny things. Or, ooh, you post pretty art. Now I fucking live on Twitter. But then again, I guess that's kind of how my Tumblr. Oh, Tumblr. I mean, used or is Tumblr just a meme? I know everyone's like, that's the thing. It's like, it's so sweet that like he literally digs through tags to find things. Like, that's so cute. He's so cute. That's another thing I go on a fucking tangent about. Oh god. Let's not get weird. Except that's a little I know, I'm a little off kilter. Ugh. Yeah, no, it's nice that he goes through tags and stuff, and like, I know some like random things get liked and I see people, he liked this tweet I made. Like, fucking Chris for the win today. Chris Aku getting that fucking like, getting that acknowledged response. I saw that, I was like, good for you, honey. Like, get that win. Earn that W. The dub was real on that. Oh god, I'm seeing. Get off Twitter. I'm gonna close Twitter. Start scrolling through Twitter random. Need to not. That's good though. Like, such a wonderful community. Like, other like, I've seen have built, but like, this one's just built different. And I don't mean that unironically, right? Ironically, I guess. Like, everyone that I've talked to in some way or another is just so uplifting. Everyone's so encouraging to everybody. I fucking love that shit. It's just such a fucking uplifting place to be. Like, yeah, we got the few people who were like, okay, you calm down now. But like, and then of course just people being fucking insecure in themselves. Listen, I don't know how to feel about gamer boyfriend ASMR, but he's never fucking missed for me. The only one I really have not listened to again since the first go around is Captain. And that's because that motherfucker fucking... Okay, I did re-listen to it the other day. By the other day, I mean probably a few weeks ago. And I'm like, okay. This bitch is sitting here saying, like, we got him fired. But I don't remember this. Motherfucker gaslighted us. He's lying. I'll fight anybody who says he's not. I'm gonna re-listen to it again. Maybe tomorrow. Because... Wait, no. Why are you dropping frames? OBS, I'm staring at you. I'm gonna stare at you until you stop that. Actually, no, you do not. You can do this, OBS. I know we're doing this from a laptop, but it's gonna be fine. Everything's fine, OBS. The beefy laptop. She's built different. But nah, he's never really fucking missed. So, this could honestly be a really good sussy time. I will not put it past him to make every fucking ASMR in November as fucking sussy as possible. And then we all get to fail the fucking challenge. He didn't have to. Okay, you're right, he didn't have to. But he did. That wasn't on us. That was on him. He's a grown adult. No means no. You didn't have to listen to the cockpit. You could have just kept rambling on about something or the other. And I would have accepted that. It didn't have to be sussy. Chose to let us in. So I will not be gaslit into thinking that I got you fired from your pilot job. That was on you. That was you and your fault. God damn. I mean, I appreciate. Not gonna lie. I appreciate them. At the same time, I will not be lied to. I did nothing. I literally did nothing, because at the time that we did Captain ASMR, I never talked to anybody. I didn't talk in chat, I didn't send supas, I didn't do nothing. I had my membership, and that was it. Wave that around like, I'm here. Like it's a little fucking soccer flag. Oh my god, it's already almost 10:30. Like a me problem. I am at least gonna finish this drink. Top street. Which I think she's halfway. Yeah, being there since debut, like, it feels crazy. It feels crazy. It's almost a year. Another reason I gotta stop sending supas. I gotta start saving for the year anniversary merch because that's gonna cost an arm and a leg. Already feel it. Fucking EMS shipping is kicking my ass. Like, I bought all the stuff from the Roman release and I'm sitting here like, oh my god. Like $200 for everything. I was like, oh my god. And most of it came from fucking shipping. Quite literally, how I got introduced to Luxium was my brother was like, hey, I don't watch Niji. He didn't watch Niji. He occasionally watch a Nina stream. He's like, but they're gonna launch boys. Here's the trailer. And I was like, okay, they're cute. Like, I was like, oh, like, when I saw Mista, I was like, oh, he's cute. He's like a little fox detective. Little puppies. That's cute. Fucking... Everything changed when Vox attacked me personally and was like, fucking there with his stupid-ass sultry voice. And I'm like, oh, no. So, when they do their debuts, it's so fucking late for me. I remember for Illuna, I stayed up as late as I could, but I passed out during Scarla's original debut, which I know was a buffery mess. But I didn't even get to see Ren's. I was just dead to the world. It was like midnight before Ren even started, and I'm like, I just dead. Tired. I have to work in the morning. But I was VOD squad. It was fine. So I was working the night shift that time. And I was like, well, let me watch these boys. Let me watch them debut. I'm sure it'll be interesting. And if I don't like it, then I don't have to watch anything further. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, the only one I don't get to watch from Luxium as much as I would like is Luca. Just because his stream schedule is completely opposite of when I'm awake. I mostly watch VODs. Makes me feel kind of bad because Luca's such a sweetheart. But like, I watched everyone and I'm like, okay, everyone's kind of interesting. I thought they were all fucking Shoes debut video made me lose my shit. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is this video? to Vox, and I'm like, oh no. Oh no. He's cute. I'm like, well, shit. And I was there ever since. Now, granted, I didn't talk in chat, like, ever. I think originally, I'm pretty sure my name on my Google account was different for a while. I don't remember what it was. Obviously, it was not that impactful. But, like, I've been there ever since, but I just never talked. I honestly started... Honestly, it was the first ASMR stream when he wanted to play with the microphone. That's when I was like, oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it was thanks to Luxium I found Shoto, and, like, I started watching other indies. Like, there's very few, like, corporate VTubers I watch. Like, I really only, corporate-wise, I don't really watch anyone from VShoujo. Something about VShoujo constantly changing their models bothers me for some reason. Like, I watch Iron Mouse. That's probably about it for VShoujo. And I want to watch more Kason, because Coco was the shit in Hololive. Stupid as fuck. All the bullshit that followed Coco. But the only other English ones I watch, corporate-wise, I occasionally will watch a Callie stream. He played Glover the other day, and I was having, like, flashbacks when I played Glover for the N64. Worst fucking game ever. And I watched Ina, but I know Ina's on a kind of a permanent break right now for health. Bless her. I watched Iris for the longest time, too. She's cute, but, like, also I'm sitting here. Everyone's always on the opposite time frame as me. Only ever got to watch Ina because Ina would stream when I was awake. That's, like, about it. Like, I didn't find Niji until Luxium. And then I started with Nina's stream. I thought Nina was funny as hell. Because that was who my brother was watching. Nowadays, I mostly stick around, like, basically I watch the same couple people. Just because I don't have time to watch everybody. But I think that's what's kind of interesting about VTuber. You can just pick a VOD. You can pick a VOD and you just go. So I pretty much just catch up with, like, Ina, Millie. Watch a lot of Reimu. Belen. Been watching a lot of Alira lately. Alira gets me going. Okay. It is a lot. Like, I'll admit, like, I had just gotten into Luxium, and then 2 months later, we got Noctix. I watch a lot of, like, I watch a lot of Uki, and I watch a lot of Fuchan. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, like, I catch whatever I can. I don't make anybody, the only one I make a priority is obviously Vox. Everybody else, I'm like, okay, if I have time for you, or you're streaming at a time where I can catch you and I'm not exhausted, you have my undivided attention. Typically, when I'm, like, getting ready for work, I just put on a VOD, which is usually Ina or Uki, because Uki will stream, like, Uki streams at good times that when I can catch him, but I will fall asleep. Like, oh my god, yesterday's stream made me cry. Oh, Uki's so precious. I gotta protect Uki. Uki also triggers, like, my mama bird instincts where I'm like, must protect. It was such a cute stream. I used to do tarot, but, not no more. Pretty sure I've been cursed. That's pretty much, like, that's a majority of who I watch. Like, I like watching, Kyo. Kyo's hilarious. I remember watching Kyo's debut and I was like, oh no. He's relatable. And then Ren's funny. I love Ren. The only, like, there's only so few that I really don't ever really watch. It was a really good stream. And literally, Uki and Fu-chan just at the end were making me cry, but all of a sudden, I have become such a crybaby in my advanced age. Right? Like, when I remember watching Ren's debut, I'm sitting there, I'm like, this boy just wants to go trick-or-treating. I just wanted him to go trick-or-treating, man. The poor boy just wants to understand what it's like to trick-or-treat just once. I didn't honestly know Like, obviously I was a baby when we still lived in Europe, so I don't think we did trick-or-treating as an infant, but like, I've always grown up with trick-or-treating. I didn't know there were countries that are like, fuck off with your Halloween. Like, excuse me? My most sacred day of the year? The day where people are like, oh no, it's okay that you're weird. It's Halloween. Enjoy your day. Yeah, it was a pretty emotional. Like, they are so cute. They're so precious. Like, you can just feel like, even if it's like, love don't always gotta be romantic, and you can just feel that they got that type of love where it doesn't have to be like shippy. It's just caring for somebody. It's like when people say they love Vox, it's like, okay, we all know you're not in love, but you love him for who he is. Like, I could go on a whole tangent about that, but I won't, because no, all I can hear in my head is the fucking Sonic dub where like, oh my god, parasocial, you need to log off. You need to go outside. But yeah, it truly did get my heart going and my eyes crying and just triggered my mama bird. Like, literally anytime I start thinking about stuff, I'll just hear the stupid, oh my god, parasocial. When did that word become so fucking awful? Like, it's thrown around like a boomerang. It literally will lose its meaning if people keep using it in ways that are just so, like, unacceptable. Like, it's not always parasocial when you say that you love someone, my dude. You can love someone as a person. You don't have to be in love with them. Boggles my mind. It boggles it. Still waiting for the day where I get a weird DM about being parasocial. I'm like, well, that's my problem, ain't it? Sounds like a me problem that I'll deal with at a later date. That's the other thing. Random DMs. Who the fuck are you? Just DM me randomly like that. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that in my core. Like, of course, I won't say everyone wants romantic love, because not everyone wants romantic. But I want it. I want one day to actually be in love with someone. But at the same time, like, I can just love a person. Like, I love my community. I love my kindred community. Obviously, I'm not, like, fucking sitting here like, I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. And I'm in love with you. Like, I'm not being weird about it. I just love my community as a whole. But people be thinking that everything's gotta be so weird fucking parasocial bullshit. And I think that's what was pissing me off this evening, was seeing all the quote retweets. They're like, weren't you just like going off about that situation? I'm like, please fucking go outside. Breathe the fresh air, check your carbon monoxide levels, and fuck off. I literally went on a blocking spree. Like, I came back from my run. I don't even remember who I saw originally tweet about it. I want to say it was Tootsie. And I'm like, why the fuck can't you people, if you don't like, why are you looking at it? Why are you looking at his fucking tweets if you don't like anything he has to say? It pisses me off beyond word. Like, you're just looking for something to bitch about. You are literally the definition of a Karen. If you're sitting there hovering over a VTuber's Twitter, especially a VTuber you don't fucking like, and you're gonna sit there and be like, nah, I'ma call you some, I'm gonna send you a death threat in your quote retweets because you tweeted that you fucking lost November. Meanwhile, that's all these people have fucking done. Like, Christ, I need life. Let people fucking feel joy for once in their lives. When did we get the fun police? Jesus. Why am I so... I need to stop being so hated. Look at that. I got heat. Jesus. Pretty much. And that's why I'm saying, like, parasocial is gonna lose all meaning. There are, like, I cannot think for the life of me because I am fucking tipsy. If we can't tell. But, like, there are other words that we have taken and completely destroyed the meaning of because we've used it so much out of context that it is now completely changed what it is. And parasocial relationship is just gonna become one of those fucking words. And it's so fucking sad because you can love someone without being fucking creepy about it. But not according to these chuckle fucks. Pisses me off. Pisses me off. But like I said, I'm not confrontational, so I'll sit there and be like, nah, that's you. That's okay. You're entitled to your opinion, even if it's wrong. It's just sad, too, because it's like, you see a space that people are happy and safe in, and you literally cannot, like, let people be in that space and be happy. Like, just fuck off. It's not for you. Go find somewhere that's for you. Go find friends, wherever that may be. But leave the people who are in a happier space, like, the fuck alone. Like, it's not that deep. VTubing is not that deep. Watching a VTuber is not that deep. But according to these people, it is. It's I don't get it. But maybe it's because I'm so fucking old that I'll never get it. And I think I'm kind of okay with it. I don't want to get it. If I start understanding what these people are saying, I might lose a brain cell or two. Which is fine. I'm not using them. Not a big net loss. But at the end of the day, I don't want to get it. Yeah, and like it goes back to like the original situation that, you know, triggered it all. Was just people kind of being a little delusional. But there are people like, personally for me, when we had the first boyfriend ASMR, I found it funny. Because I didn't know what was happening because I don't look at chat. I very seldom look at chat. So I didn't understand like, oh, there Raymu was there. Like I didn't fucking know until I went on Twitter like a couple hours later and saw people fucking sending her death threats. I'm like, who the fuck? What happened? It's literally that one gif of the guy coming into the flaming room with pizza. That was me. I didn't understand what was happening until after it had happened. But at the same time, I'm like, I just thought it was a bit. I thought it was kind of funny. Or like my brain likes to sit there and be like, okay, he has to answer the phone. He's secretly a hitman. He's secretly a mafia boss. Like I'm sitting there trying to find the twist. Like M. Night Shyamalaning this shit. I didn't understand what was fucking happening. But at the same time, I'm not so fucking deluded to think I was actually on a date. I knew I was sitting in a fucking office filling out paperwork. I know my place in life. Then again, I don't even know who did it. It kind of was because like granted for my timeline, I only saw people being like, if you're sending Raymu death threats, you need to fuck off. And I'm like, who the fuck is doing this? Because I don't see this happening here. I saw Raymu's original tweet about taking time off, and I'm like, who the fuck? What is and that's when I was like, what the fuck is happening? I'm just coming in with my pizza and the fucking Twitter's on fire. And the thing is, like, I don't understand how someone could actually, like, feel the need to do that when you've seen collabs of the two of them together, and they're fucking hilarious, and then you can tell that they care about each other. Like, who the fuck does that? Maybe I'm just built different. Maybe I'm the weird one. Maybe I need to, you know, do a deep dive of Twitter. But like I've said earlier, I don't want to know. Because clearly something's off kilter. Something's wrong. The universe is wrong. If that's your first initial thought is, I am in a roleplay scenario and you have broken my immersion, go die. Like, who the fuck? Who the fuck is doing that? Then again, I've heard rumors about who's doing what, and I'm like, okay, well, it's not affecting me because I didn't physically see it. Like, rumors are rumors. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Moving on. Oh my god, so much fizzy beverage. And I can hear my ice. Alright, this straight up is water. That's point. Yeah, and that's the best thing you can do. You know you're following the right people when you don't see all of this concurring at once on your timeline. When you just see people saying, like, if you're doing this, don't do this, you know you're following the right people. It's like the situation that happened today. I'm like, I didn't even know people were sending. I didn't know what was happening until I saw, like I said, I think it was Tootsie being like, I'm on a cancel spree. I'm on a block spree. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I always feel like I am coming into the burning Twitter with pizza. I'm like, what just happened? What? But that's a good thing. When you gotta sit there and you're like, okay, let me put on my detective hat and find out what the fuck's happening on twitter.com today, you know you follow the right people. Which is crazy, all things considered, when some of us are following a lot of people. Pretty much. And this is where I'm sitting here like, I don't remember Tumblr being this way. Was Tumblr like this? Then again, maybe I'm just blocking Tumblr out of my memories because Onceler. I honestly don't even remember being on Tumblr after the Onceler fandom. What happened after the Onceler? Did we instantly go into Undertale? Was it always about Sans after that? I don't know anymore because I'm, like I said, I'm fucking old. And fossil at this point. Well, I'm grateful for the people I do follow because they don't start shit. If anything, I mostly just see every so often someone being like, remember the rules, remember chat rules, remember other people's chat rules when there's like collab streams coming up. Which, bless those people, because we apparently do need to be constantly reminded of things that should be common sense by now. These have only been the rules for like 6 months. Actually, they've been the rules since the beginning. But, you know, fucking having any form of like self-awareness is a mind-boggling. Let me check what's Twitter doing. Also, I can't get over the fact that no Mista November is fucking trending. It's the funniest shit. I hope he enjoys his break. He fucking earned it. I love Mista. He's so precious. Really nothing. Fucking porn, okay. Yeah, it's just Twitter being earning nothing. That's a good thing. You know what? That is a good thing. When it's just nothing in porn, you know you're doing something good on Twitter. It's the little things. Little things that keep you going on Twitter. Relatable. Fucking relatable. Like, having blonde hair, I thought I would never be able to point out, like, when I have grays or whites. And now, when I fucking look at my... I can see them. I see them turning colors like the fucking leaves on a tree in fall. It just, this course in general is just so upsetting. Because it's like, it's not necessary. Why are we infighting? It's like everything I saw happening on Twitter with the Professor AS. Like, we all knew what was about to happen. You knew what this ASMR was going to be about. Why? And it was so mind-boggling that someone's just posting, like, headcanons. And a whole section of people are like, no, you're doing something wrong. We're coming after you now. And it just pissed me off because I'm like, they're just posting headcanons about a specific ASMR scenario. That's my thing. I'm like, dude, Have none of you watched an actual porn before? Like, granted, bless the person. I don't remember who did it. Bless whoever counted how many times he slapped us during the ASMR. But like, goddamn, I feel like this was tame in comparison to like actual porn. But it was fucking crazy. I'm like, why are you, this person has no affiliation. Why are you attacking them? Like, it made no goddamn sense to me. I just literally saw the tweet thread and I was like, what the fuck? But then I looked at the quote retweets and I'm like, what is happening? I don't know this language, so I don't know what any of you are saying, and Twitter didn't feel like auto-translating that day, I guess, or Twitter couldn't. So I'm like, I don't know what anyone's upset about. But if you're upset about an ASMR that you fucking knew what was about to happen, there was no surprise to anybody. But that's like why there's a warning on it. Like, if you can't handle this specific scenario, or if there comes a point in that scenario where you're just uncomfortable, turn it off. Leave. It'll be there when you're ready. Or if you're never ready, you just don't finish that one. And I think that's where people just kind of need to learn to accept their boundaries. Like, you don't have to watch every single stream. If you watch every single stream, you're doing that to yourself, because you are eventually going to run into something you don't like. And you need to take care of yourself in that scenario. Like with the professor one, I had to pause at one point because something was brought up that kind of dug a little bit at my own problems, where I was like, okay, take a moment, step away. And after that, like, I was like, okay, you know what? If it happens again, I'll just stop. And it didn't happen again, and I grew the fuck up in 2 seconds and understood, like, this isn't catered to me. That's the thing. They think everything needs to be catered to them. In no way, shape, or form does Vox have to cater any of his content to specific people. Like, let the man do what the fuck he wants to do. Like, obviously within reason, but at the same time, like, if he wants to make a sussy Pornhub type scenario of an ASMR, who are you to say, like, well, no, I don't like that, so you shouldn't do that? Like, you're not that special, honey. You are 1 in over a million. Sit down and just don't watch it if it's not for you. Like, no one has self-accountability if it comes to that. Like, you think, like, if you don't watch everything, then you're not being supportive. But at the same time, it's like, dude, if you're uncomfortable, you're already not being supported. Bitch, if he ever opened an OnlyFans, I'd be there day one. I would literally... I have, like... Listen, I used to have a crush on Markiplier way back in the day. But I still have no intention of making an OnlyFans to go see the Markiplier OnlyFans. But if Vox did, fuck yeah, I'd open an OnlyFans and be like, hi, I'm here for the sus. But that's the thing, like, then it's in an environment where you know what you're signing up for. Like, you know you're on OnlyFans, you know you're on Pornhub, you know you're in a place where if you're not into sus, this is not your place. Step away and you can stick to what's on YouTube, or you stick to whatever. Which goes back to people, you know, being accountable for their own fucking actions, which... I don't know. I don't think anybody is. To a degree, nobody's held accountable for their actions. Only one who can tell you to do the things that you need to do is you. I'm also realizing a lot of the things I'm saying probably don't make sense. Almost done with the second can. But like I said, hands in. I'm probably done. I've probably said a lot of stupid things. Bless your heart, honey. Bless you and your patience for my shenanigans. Also, my room is getting so fucking hot. I don't want to open the door. Right? Like, okay, living in the South, there's a lot of books that are actually banned. Meanwhile, I don't give a fuck. I do what I want. But that's like going back to like being an adult. Like if you're a minor, you don't have as many options, but like as an adult, you need to act like one and fucking know your limits. And people don't know their limits. Ugh. Really don't want to turn my... Why is my AC not going off is the real question. This is not... It's probably not hot enough to go off, but... Yeah. That narrows it down a lot. I couldn't imagine feeling that way, though. So entitled to a person. Like, they need to stay and do. Like, hell, if I win the Super Chat Gacha, I'm impressed with. Like, ooh, I got acknowledged. I've only won the gacha a few times on, like, lower Super Chats. I've only ever sent, I think, 3 Akasupas. And even then, I'm like, can I afford to do this? Probably not. The only one I knew I could afford to send was the one for my birthday, because I saved up for it. But then again, my brother was like, did you send us Supa for your birthday? And I was like, I just wanted to say thank you for making it a good birthday, because that was a Fall Guys stream, and it was fucking hilarious. And he's like, I don't understand people who send Supas for their birthday. I'm like, I don't think it's any different than someone sending someone something on Cameo. Sending a voice actor something on Cameo, asking for them to say happy birthday. Just think of it as live action Cameo. And again, I've never asked for anything on I'm really trying to finish this can in the next 8 minutes. But I hate drinking fizzy drinks. Be a nice round, like, 3 hours. My longest one yet, but then again, when I drink, I don't know when to stop. Like, I know when to stop drinking, I just don't know when to ever stop fucking annoying people. Like I said, bless your heart, sugar. Listen to this whole thing. You dealt with AT&T. You and I got to deal with AT&T as a family. It hasn't done it since. Maybe the witching hour of 9 o'clock is when AT&T says, fuck you in particular. You trying to do something? Sucks to be you. Oh my god. Oh, this was fun though. I could do this one more often. I don't know why I'm not as struggling as much to talk during this as I was during fucking Night in the Woods. I sat there and I was like, god damn, there's a lot of reading. And voice acting. I can't do this shit. Yeah, fucking 18. They try and pull this shit again, I'm gonna be pissed. Ugh. I'm almost done with this. I'm chugging for you so you can do what you need to do with your life. You don't have to deal with me anymore after this. Ugh. Fuck, it's so hot in this room. Yeah, I think that's something that I've kind of learned, like, why I appreciate, like, when Vox goes off on, like, a tangent about something he loves, because I can fucking do that. I'm like, let me tell you about, like, taxidermy, or let me tell you about this one specific anime from, like, 2006 that no one's heard of. Like, I like talking about things that I'm passionate about. At the same time, nobody has the same passions as me in this fucking town. Like, I used to really, like, I could pop off so many random facts about, like, animated films. And now that I'm an adult, I'm like, wait a minute. Who made that movie? Was it DreamWorks? Pixar? I don't know no more. I can, however, and this is the most useless skill I own. I do want to put it on my resume one day. I can recite the entirety of The Lion King from start to finish verbatim. Because that was literally the only thing we could watch when we first moved to America. And that was my favorite fucking thing in the world, was The Lion King. So I'm strangely attached to when Vox sings Be Prepared. I'm like, it's my childhood right there. Such a fucking useless skill. It's so useless. Like, literally, I'll go up to people at work and be like, hey, you feel like watching The Lion King right now? And they've learned what that means. They're like, no, fuck off. Or like, if I'm in like a long card ride with my mama, she straight up will look at me, because I'll be like, hey mama. And she'll be like, don't you dare ask me about the fucking Lion King. I've given them like a fucking trauma about the Lion King. Oh god. It's such a stupid ass skill, I swear. But hey, it's a free Disney movie that plays in my head nonstop. I can sort of also do it with Space Jam, Hocus Pocus, probably do Beauty and the Beast. Pretty much anything that was like early 90s, late 90s. I can do it. Because all I had was my VHS tapes. VHS tapes and a dream. What that dream is, I'll never know. But like, it is kind of hilarious when I go up to people, especially strangers. Like when we got our new apprentice at work, it's kind of like my hazing ritual at this point where I'm like, hey, you want to watch The Lion King? And they don't know what that fucking means until I just start at the very beginning of the movie. Yes, VHS tapes. That's how I can date myself. Fucking VHS tapes, floppy disk. Remember payphones, everybody? I remember payphones. Remember going to the movies. We went to go see One Missed Call. It was the awful American version. And I had to call my mama when it was done. I had to use a payphone. Fucking rotary dial phones. Remember AOL? Remember dial-up, everyone? Oh god. Everything seemed so primitive when I was a child. I've literally brought up fucking AOL to my niece and she's like, the fuck is that? What's dial-up? And I'm like, you'll never understand the plight of being on neopets.com and then your parent has to make a phone call and kick you off AOL. You'll never know the trauma I went through when I lost my high score at Me Pit Juice Break. You'll never understand, child. Fucking Neopets. Oh, that's a dating right there. I remember Neo. No! Precious Bab, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm so old. Oh god. I gotta protect all the kindred children out here. Anyone who's younger than me, I instantly must protect at this point. Yay, it's empty. It did not raise a lightweight, but I sure as fuck turned into one. And again, I don't drink enough to have any form of fucking tolerance. I will chug some of Become the kindred mortician and the kindred mama. It's fine. Gotta protect my children. I do get oddly protective of people. It's weird. I have zero motherly instincts in me, but I will protect my children. 11 o'clock. I'm glad there's no stream. Watch tomorrow could have been like a membership stream at like 6 a.m. for me. And then a stream after that. Then a stream after that. I'd be fucking like upset, but at the same time be like, alright, I'm awake. Like I say I'll sleep in, but my body will not allow me to sleep past 6 a.m. I've been getting up at 3:30 for the past like 10 years now. It's just what it is. What is sleep but a myth that you will get when you enter the funeral home? Despite how hot it is from this ice is still chugging, and I've had this out forever. Like straight up. Still full of ice. Pop off, little cup. EST sucks, but I still feel bad for Kindred on PST. Because when there's member watch-alongs, that's like 3 in the morning for them. So bless their hearts, because they do get up. They do come out in droves. They are stronger than any US Marine. They get a hearty salute from me, because if I had to get up at 3 in the morning to watch a Vox Akuma stream, I'd be like, yeah, no, I love you, but I will not do that for you. Even I have limitations. I need to sleep. That's why I kind of feel bad. Like, I want to watch, like, the Aussies. I want to watch Niji AU, and I fucking can't. 'Cause I just sleep when they're streaming. And then, like, I cannot pinpoint Scarla's time zone because she streams whenever the fuck she chooses. Like, it's 3 p.m. my time. She has a stream set for midnight. She's cleaning her room and she's streaming it. Like, Scarla, how are you alive? You don't sleep. I need you to go to sleep at some point. I don't like telling people when to do things, but I need her to take a nap, like a really long one. Every time I look on YouTube, she's streaming. I swear, when I was in high school, I was a night owl. But, like, I don't know if it's because I work so long, or I'll work long stretches, or, like, if it's after 9 o'clock, I'm like, oh, God, it's late. I gotta go to bed. Meanwhile, like, I know because I don't have to get up tomorrow for anything. I have no commitments to anybody but myself. I can sleep in. So I'm like, okay. Okay, I don't care that it's 11 o'clock at night. That's a me problem. That's a problem for later, Ken. Like, that's the problem for later, Kuro. Occasionally needs to deal with things. I don't know what word. Maybe this is a problem for current Kuro. She probably needs to go to bed. It's hard also because, like, I just want to take a nap. Like, when I get home from work, like, my first instinct is, okay, go take a nap. Because when I was living with my mama, when I was living with Kuro Mama, I could go take a nap because someone else would make dinner and someone else would feed cats and someone else would do everything else. But living on your own, it's like, all right, yes, I have to clean and do everything else. And it's like, I want to continue making the progress that I've made working out. So I'm like, okay, let me do this, this, and this. Go run 4 miles. Find time to do this. And that's when, like, the only reason I don't have any more speech therapy is because my fucking fuck you guys. US insurance sucks massive fucking dick. But I'm like, whatever. And that's why she was like, find something to do that would involve you talking. And I was like, well, I already have an expensive ass microphone. All I need is a few extra pieces. I can do many a thing. Like this probably has been fucking fantastic. This is probably the most progress I've made in ages. I just have to drink, apparently. That's not a healthy mindset. Put that away. Put that away, dumb cat. It's fine. But, like, it is interesting. It's fun. Like, I never have time to actually play games. Like, I make time to play Splatoon. And even then, I don't have time to play Splatoon because I take time. I could be doing something else to do that. But, like, if I make time to actually do a stream, I can play whatever the fuck I want. I'm kind of scared to play a multiplayer game because I think my laptop might catch on fire. It is a beefy laptop, but sometimes she sounds like she's prepared to blast off. Noise gate and noise suppression are doing the Lord's work. I also did buy like a cool... And she's actually still very cold. Like I'm feeling her up now, where she normally feels like she's gonna catch on fire. She's doing aight. I do need to learn how to take this thing apart and probably clean out the ocean of cat hair that's in there. Because when I don't have the pad on, only reason I got Bubby a heating pad is 'cause she likes being warm. Because she's tiny. She was the runt of her litter. So I'm like, okay. She'd sleep by my laptop fan because it was emitting like all the heat in the world. But I also know this laptop is full of cat hair. I know if I opened this up, I could form a new cat. And I don't like that. That's a fire hazard. But I'm also sitting here like, I don't want to take it apart and not know how to put it back together. But I also don't want to spend the money to have somebody else do this. But I also want to play Final Fantasy. I want to get back. Oh, there's so many things I want to do. Why do I have to be an adult? I hate this. I just want to a PNG ghost cat with her drink. Frank. Fucking. Oh my god. Oh, thank you, honey. I feel, honestly, I get nervous in the beginning, but then, like, I'll go on tangents. But then I sit here and think, no one wants to hear you talk like this. Calm the fuck down. It's nice having somebody here. Like, I know Dio watches when Dio can, which is great. I don't expect anybody to ever show up. But, like, getting views and shit has been nice. That's why I'm sitting here like, God, a day will come where I will have 100 subs and I'm gonna have to follow through on that karaoke promise. And I'm scared. I don't want to do it, but I want to do it because I miss singing so much. But I don't think I'm ready for that. So I'm like, okay, I can average my 1 viewer a stream. I'm good. I'll take my 3 subs and my 1 viewer. I don't need nothing else. I am not needy. God, that sounded so southern. Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh, my Lana. God, it's been 3 hours. Like I said, bless your heart, honey. Sat here for 3 hours of scuff and whatever the fuck I did today. I was like, this might be like the other streams. Be like an hour at most. I also forgot, I'm a fucking baby. I sit here and sip at my drinks like, well, let me take a little sip. Let me not sit here and fucking chug. Trying to be responsible by being irresponsible. I know a game I should stream, but I don't think I have the mental wherewithal. Wait a second. Toastify came back? Why did this fucker come back? I just saw Neko Saka's fucking tweet. Why is Toastify back? I need to get off Twitter. That was a shit show, man. Oh my god. I remember being really confused why this random VTuber I've never heard of followed me, and I'm like, oh, well, you know. In the beginning when I was getting followers, I'm like, I don't have it in me to not return the follow. But at the same time, I'm like, who the fuck are you? It did seem sus. I'm like, are you just chasing the clout? Or you're like, oh, this is a popular VTuber. If I start like liking random tweets, they'll like me back. I'm like, god damn, that's gross. He knows he done fucked up. He was like on so many different like VTuber like drama channels. Which that is such a fucking sentence. Yes, the VTuber drama channel. Oh my god. Got another sub. Good job. Good job. Random sub. That's so gross though. Like, dude, you know what you did was wrong. It's like, oh my god, what is this trend all of a sudden that I've been seeing? Where people are like, stop comparing me to Shoto just because I'm purple. I'm like, who the fuck are you? No one's doing this because no one knows who you are, my dude. I don't know how to break this to you. Like, it's so weird. Who are these people? I know he stole art, and apparently he's just done some pretty gross things. Like, he's said things to people that are like, no bueno. And I'm like, please don't do. It's like, I didn't know the thing that was going on with Frost. I was like, yeah, I saw the AI thing. I'm like, dude, why you always lying? Yay! 4th sub, let's go! Now we only need 96 more until karaoke. Y'all are gonna make me do a karaoke. I feel it in my bones. Feel it in my blonde. It's gonna happen someday. But at least with such a large goal, I can be like, yeah, I have all the time in the world to make a set list, practice, maybe I'll open up a shoost, make some scene transitions for my PNG cat. I need it publicly noted, I've only had 2 drinks. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I don't understand why he had to go about being like, yeah, I don't know who drew this except it was an AI. Maybe he didn't know the AI. Maybe that was not the lie all along. It's like, I don't know this AI. Woo! We'll get there eventually. So this is just a hobby at this. If this turns into something, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't have time to become VTuber. I don't have time to be a full-time NG. I have to be a full-time. Yeah, the graduation thing was like really sussy too. Because like straight up this guy was like, all of a sudden like, no, I'm also now a different VTuber. Like I was the whale, but now I'm fucking Shota boy. Like, Jesus Christ, please. I don't know. It became so much so fast, I could not keep track of that. I don't even remember who was like... I don't remember who was doing like all the fucking like live tweeting about it, where I'm like, dude, I only know it's happening because of you. Like, oh my god. Like, dude, I don't get it. I don't want to get it. I don't want to understand people who be like, I gotta create unnecessary drama. It makes no... Like, do you think by making that type of drama, you're going to get more people to like you? Because I don't see it working out. But who am I? Who am I but a low little peon? It's so... This has been possibly the most... Yeah, I have no interest in knowing who he is at this point. I'm like, please get off of my fucking timeline. That's when I saw Nekosaka's retweet. I'm like, what? Or tweet in general. I'm like, what? He's back? Like a fucking unpunctual cicada? Like, dude didn't even last a month. This drama happened, like, what? Mid-October, not even? I'm sitting here like, dude, you didn't last at all, please. Whole viewers, we are fucking zooming at the speed of light here. Nope, they left. That's alright. That's alright, because I think I'm about to call it. Tired? I gotta pee. I had 2 whole drinks, and apparently I'm become the lightweight that would bring dishonor to my whole family. Fine. We are gonna stream tomorrow, probably. I still have not decided a time. I don't even know if I really want to play Night in the Woods tomorrow. Maybe. I did make a thumbnail for Cult of the Lamb. I could play that. I feel like if I play just non-stop Night in the Woods, I will go insane. That's not a game to speedrun. It does get pretty fucking deep. But this was fun. I could do this. Not every week. I don't need to be drinking every week like this. A small glass of wine with dinner is one thing. This is a whole different monster of a story. I'll wake up tomorrow and be like, what happened? Where am I? Do not let me watch this VOD. This is fun. I had fun. Maybe I'll play Cult of the Lamb tomorrow. That sounds like a fun thing. I just don't know what time. I'm off the day after too, so like I could do a later stream as well. Yeah, we can play Cult of the Lamb tomorrow. I'll figure out a time. I'll post it. I'll wake up and I'll figure it out. I'm an adult like that. This was fun, and I 100% appreciate that you stayed this whole time, even with my scuff and my AT&T and my nonsense of rambling. It brought me serotonin.
I feel all the serotonin.
No, I do not play horror games. Alright, I can watch a horror movie. I can play a horror movie like a boss. If you want me to play a horror game, you're gonna see me fucking cry. I do have Slender on there. The old Nintendo Switch. I'll look through what I have, but I think we'll do Cult of the Lamb tomorrow. Because I already have the thumbnail made, and I don't have to make a thumbnail. I made my thumbnail for this stream in like 5 minutes. I was like, I have to go running, and that's an hour, and then I need to shower, and then I'm gonna have to set all my computer stuff up. So I was like, quick, find a background and just use paint. Oh, my favorite horror movie is John Carpenter's The Thing. Fucking best practical effects in horror. The fact that they could not make one fucking practical effect for the prequel, sequel, remake, whatever, is a crying shame and a dishonor to John Carpenter. As much as I do love fucking Mary Elizabeth Winstead, fucking scream queen that I adore. But nah, The Thing is still like tops for me. Psycho is also really good. As much as I dislike Alfred Hitchcock, because he's a fucking dick, he did make good movies, and I gotta give him credit where credit is due. Like, you can hate the person, but you gotta still look at the stuff they've made and go, yeah, you did a good job on that. Oh, based. Scream and Friday the 13th are really good. Scream set a whole precedent and changed, like, the scape of horror. I could go on a fucking tangent about horror. We can do another Zatsu, maybe I could do a Zatsu on Sunday and just talk about random shit. Well, not drink, because I know I have to... Actually, no, I'll be off that Monday. I'll have to figure it out. I do have to work an overnight Saturday, so my stream is going to be late Sunday, but I know I'm off Monday. I'll figure it out. I'm smart. Went to no, I didn't go to public school, but I went to school. Anywho, this was fun. I could do this for ages. I will... Yeah, I'll figure out a time tomorrow when I wake up. I kind of want to try and avoid streaming at the same time Reimu is for her birthday, because I want to watch the birthday stream. So, I'll figure out. It'll probably be late, but there is always the VOD Squad. Gotta appreciate VOD Squad where VOD Squad is at. But yes, this was fucking fun. I'm so happy I decided to do this. I wasn't going to at first. My day kept getting worse. I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing it. But no, I toughed it out like a big girl. I'll see everybody tomorrow for Cult of the Lamb. I guess I'm gonna have to... I'll update the schedule. It's fine. I can do that tomorrow morning. Anyway, bye everybody. Thank you for coming.